I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
I feel like shit.
Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. It's just one of those happy days. The weekend comes, but I go home. It's just one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everything is everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you want to justify ripping someone's head off. No human contact, and if you interact, your life is on contract. Your best bet,
Just knock it off, you scumbucket.
it's just one of those days. It's just one of those happy days. It's just one of those happy days. It's just one of those happy days. The weekend comes, let's all go home, ready to make stand. It's just one of those days, feeling like a freight train. First one to complain, leaves with a blood stain. Damn right, I'm a maniac. You better cause I'm fucking up your program. And if you're stuck up, you just locked up. Next in line to get fucked up. Your best bet is to stay away, motherfucker. It's just
I'm losing my cool.
it's all about happy days. It's just one of those happy days. It's just one of those happy days. The weekend comes, let's all go home, ready to make stand. These days,
I feel like shit. My suggestion is keep your distance.
right now I'm dangerous. Right now I'm dangerous.
Something's happening to the farm.
My day keeps going this way and this way.
I'm gonna pop you one so you'll stop playing games.
Give me something great. Give me something great. I hope you know I pack a chainsaw. A chainsaw. A motherfucking chainsaw.
What?
So come and get it.
You think we're just live?
I think we are right now. Tiptoe the front tulips in the garden.
Lordy! Terrible.
Tiptoe through the trees. Hello.
That noise. It is it evil? Is that noise evil?
Well, it surprisingly, a movie a horror movie that is not even contested to be a horror movie, like Hereditary, chose
A
this.
horror movie that everyone accepts as a horror movie.
Yeah, chose this to be the music of a demonic entity who played the protagonist or the antagonist of the movie.
I think that's a thing.
Yeah,
Kind of just go with something that's really weird and awkward.
when you see that clown that stole the kid from Insidious and he's like taking him to like his own little personal hell and he's sharpening his claws and shit, he's playing this song. And it suits perfectly.
You
I'm
say
sure-
this.
I'm sure it's not that bad, right? I mean,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's good. It was a great choice of song. It
if,
goes
if it were
perfectly
me,
with the movie.
if it were me, I would have put on like something from Limp Bizkit and then just been like, "Yeah, I used to listen to this shit back in the day, yo."
You like a little biscuit? Like a little biscuit here?
Yeah.
Listen to some biscuit. You know what I mean, brother? You wanna listen to some biscuit, eh?
How about some Green Day? Oh,
We used to listen to biscuit back in my day, eh?
Motherfucker chainsaw. What?
What?
Chainsaw. What?
Skin your ass raw. Gangster, yeah. Limp Bizkit.
Did it all for the noogie.
Come on, the nookie. This is the worst episode ever so far.
Come and get that cookie.
So come and get it. There, we already did. We've done the theme song twice now.
It's covered.
It's come to that, yeah. What have I become? My sweetest friend.
I mean, it's a Friday.
It's a Friday!
I mean,
Friday's
closing the week
karaoke
off.
day.
I mean,
Friday's karaoke day.
people got shit to do, and they're gonna forget by Monday that anything happened today. So it's not a big deal.
Well, we can't do casual
Oh.
dress Friday because this is an internet show, so karaoke Friday.
Do we have anything but casual on the Fridays?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I sit in here every day, just sitting in my
Every
undies,
day.
scratching my balls.
That's about as casual as it can get, brother.
Press some buttons, and I sniff.
That is more casual than necessary.
Then
We got our first sticker.
Then I sniff.
Ah, shit!
I sniff my fingers.
It's a happy face, but it's upside down. I don't know what that means.
It means tiptoe through the turnips
Look,
by the garden in the moonlight.
I know we've been having a laugh about it, but you have not experienced good comedy
Oh,
until you have heard Blossom sing Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
That's some good shit.
It's really good. It's a really good time.
And thank you, Koloski.
What did Kolosky say? That you could sing?
Said beautiful singing, Akujin.
I don't know why Kolosky feels the need to lie to you.
Because he's a good Christian boy.
Oh,
He
that's why
appreciates
you
what
lie,
I'm
because
trying
you're a
to-
good Christian.
Yes, he's appreciates what I'm going for. I'm getting I'm getting the
Oh.
participation award.
Is that what this is?
A for effort. To be fair, Jacob, this is exactly what Tiny Tim died for.
Jacob knows who Tiny Tim is, and that makes me happy. That's good shit. Jacob is a bit of a Tiny Tim mark, yay or nay? He has to be. Either that or a SpongeBob fan. Because I know that's pretty much where everybody is familiar with Tiny Tim from at this point. SpongeBob.
Not me. I'm familiar with it from Insidious. I watch horror,
Alright.
not SpongeBob.
I hadn't thought about that. I know that they have the connection to SpongeBob. What do you think the SpongeBob kids are gonna think? They grow up and watch this fucking horror flick. And Tiptoe Through the Tulips has nothing to do with jellyfishing.
There's a whole lot wrong, or a lot wrong with all the SpongeBob kids, anyways. So I don't think it matters.
There's a lot wrong with the SpongeBob kids before we ever got here. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Before we ever got to the party, these kids were screwed.
yeah. I think a percentage of them gonna end up being serial killers themselves. So I mean, whatever.
Have you guys seen the Bat Metal cover?
The what?
The Bat Metal song with Little Mermaid and SpongeBob in it.
No.
That's
What?
Good. That's good. Good shit right there.
Right after the show's over, I'll check it out.
Show someone in the chat.
I don't know what you're on about, but it sounds fantastic. A metal cover with SpongeBob in it?
Yeah, it's Bat Metal. Batman.
What is bat metal?
It's Batman singing metal.
Batman sings?
See? Koloski knows what I'm talking about. Holla!
I don't know about this, man.
It's a good time.
Is he singing about bat villains or?
Drugs?
All the good stuff.
What do you think Batman would sing about drugs? What do you think he would say? You think he would say good things?
He'd probably complain.
Some SJW bullshit right there.
Do you think Batman would be anti-SJW? That's a good question. How do you think he would feel about these things?
I don't know. I guess it would depend on whether they had superpowers. Doesn't seem to like anyone who's actually got any. He's got daddy issues.
You think Batman has daddy issues?
Yeah, well, he's still waiting for his dad to come back.
That's where you're gonna go? He's an SJW with daddy issues? That's not nice.
He's still waiting for his
Come on,
dad
you're
to come
talking
back.
Talking about the Cape Crusader here.
Who gets cape envy? Superman comes around, he wants to knock him off.
Huh. I don't know, man. The Cape Envy theory.
The cunt's literally in his basement, punching and flipping tires.
Do you think that Batman's a tire puncher? Is that you're going with that now?
Dude, it was in the movie. It happened.
Whoa. Wait, we just got some back lore. That's where that's from?
No,
Batman punched tires in his movie?
No, he wasn't punching the tires. He was
Oh.
them over.
Oh.
See, now I just feel like you've been fucking with me this whole time.
Only half the time.
Akujin, are you doling out fake news to me?
Look, the tire thing.
I come to you for legitimate Batman news. This is what you do.
Yeah, look,
This is
in
what
the
you do
movie,
back.
when he's doing his training montage, when he's getting ready to fight Superman, yeah, one of the things he's doing is he's like flipping over this big ass fucking truck tire.
Well, that's not tire punching. Tire punching's totally different.
No.
Yeah, you can't just call anything tire punching. Jesus.
Yeah, everything that you do with a
Alright.
tire is not tire punching.
Maybe
Akujin.
I
Very
lied.
specific activity.
Maybe
How
I
dare you.
exaggerated the tire punching just a little.
Maybe you exaggerated the tire punching. Maybe you're out here talking shit about Batman for no good reason. Maybe you out here burying motherfuckers for no reason.
Batman knows what he did.
Batman knows what he did.
Fuck Batman.
I thought that dude on YouTube was gonna start fighting crime. You got me all excited.
That's fucked up, man.
There any other letdowns for the day?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that was going to be the outcome of all this. Is turns out Bastard Beast is actually a superhero. Gotcha. Gotcha. Fucking got him. Nah, nothing like that. Unfortunately, he's just going to delete all of his videos and ruin all of our times. That's right. We have no more Bastard Beast videos. It's over. Now, he gave us a promise. And I hate that our thing here has been... I mean, it was built on lies now. It's built on false promises and fuckery.
I don't know whether I'll ever be able to love again.
I don't either.
I trusted him.
I did too. All we had to do was talk about these videos, and he said he would give us more.
I know.
He just has one of his personalities deletes videos. That's all it does. A gimmick.
It was really awesome for about 30 seconds. We had a great thing going here. We were all happy. Who all was happy?
This could have been. This could have been it, man. This could have been the perpetual motion machine, the everlasting gobstopper, the gift that keeps on giving.
I had never felt so happy.
The good herpes.
So close to fulfilled. I felt so close to being fulfilled here.
I fucking woke up today and I looked in the evidence locker. He did one video yesterday addressing himself, and I went to watch it. It was dead.
And it's over.
All his stuff's gone. It's a terrible shame that I kept every single bit of it.
He just doesn't like immortalizing things. He got rid of his Twitter too. I mean, and that's in my opinion, how this whole thing started. There was a couple times that different things he did on Twitter was mentioned on the show, and
There's a couple times.
Then when it stopped being mentioned, he left.
He left.
I think he wanted us to.
He denied us.
To turn this into a show about his Twitter.
He's seen how much joy he was bringing us little Kumatards yesterday, and I'm sure everyone here today was looking forward to a possible update. Just like the Joker, he's like that.
Just like the Joker.
Yeah.
Just like the Joker. Everything is just like the Joker.
Except when it's just like the Batman. I don't know. I didn't get much sleep tonight. I'm rambling. I have
everything. We live in a society.
I'm
It's just like the Joker.
Yeah, I'm suffering from a little bit of verbal diarrhea. I may have just watched a thing discussing the Joker movie.
You did?
Yeah. They were
The
putting
fucking
it over,
Joker movie.
They were putting it over to talking about its version.
Well, how much were they putting it over? What was so good about it?
Oh, they're talking about how it was like a social commentary, the reason why people don't like it, and the reason why it's being slammed is because not only is it a white guy, but it presents the class struggle of rich versus poor, and blah blah blah. And that's why they're making such a big deal out of it.
You think that's what was the problem? Do you really think that's the problem with the fucking Joker, is that he might be white? Don't. This is why I can't do social commentary videos, really. They always go too fucking deep, and they always go too far down the wrong path.
This is
What are they doing?
This is what they're saying is causing the media reaction to the movie. An unfair media reaction. Like when it got screened, they had literal signs out there saying, "This movie promotes violence." Trying to scare people, like warning them in case there's some mass shooter just waiting to watch the Joker and flip out. Incels under every bed.
That happened
With
once,
guns.
but I mean, that was like a really, really fucking weird guy.
Oh, dude, the amount of shootings that have happened in movies, in multicultural communities, far outstrips the number of crazy white shooters.
Wouldn't even matter. No, it wouldn't even matter. We're talking about the Joker. Why can these movies never just be about movies?
Well, like, yeah, that's the other
Why
thing.
can it never be that? Why does it always have to be some weird, deep, goofy shit? We're talking about a cartoon motherfucker that kills people with laughing gas. Do we really need a social commentary on that? Do we really have to pretend that it's this big thing that it's not? Do we? We can. So let me know.
Well, I don't know whether that's what the movie is about. I mean, the movie is supposed to be his backstory type of thing, how he became the Joker. And having not seen the movie, I can't really comment on it. I'm commenting on somebody else's commentary on it, and particularly the media reaction to the release of the movie. And, yeah, they acted like it was, you know, fucking the very first screening of, what was that KKK movie?
God damn it. I can't remember.
Propaganda
I know
one.
what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Birth of a
yeah,
Nation.
Yeah, that. It's like the Birth of a Nation was like screening. And there's warning signs up out the front. And they're like, hide your kids, hide your wife. Joker's up in here. This motherfucker has been an established character since the 30s.
A little bit, yeah.
He's been
The
around
Joker is
longer than...
somewhat of a staple of a character, I dare say.
He's been around longer than everyone saying the shit about him that they're saying today.
I've said this a million times. You guys know I'm not huge on the fucking Joker. But...
You're huge on the old Joker. You're okay with that. You just don't like what they did to him.
Well, no,
in the
I'm
new
not
movies.
big. I'm not big on the Joker.
Well, you're
but I
okay with
respect the character. I respect who that character is enough to be like, that's what the Joker is. Over there is not what the Joker is. I got that much for the fucking guy. But I'm not big on the Joker, really, no. I like plenty of other characters much more than I like the Joker.
What, you're a Penguin fan?
Not really. I like the Penguin more than I like the Joker, though. Facts of life right there. It's just facts of life. I like plenty of Batman villains. Way more than I like the Joker. I really don't like him that much. Even at all. Even the old one.
I'm a little bit partial to Mr. Freeze myself.
Do what?
I'm a little bit partial to Mr. Freeze myself.
I really like Mr. Freeze. I love Mr. Freeze's motivations. I love his gimmick. I really like Mr. Freeze. That's pretty cool. Me and you may have... He's top 3 Batman villains that I like.
Yeah,
you may not have ever thought that, but yes, Mr. Freeze is one of my favorite Batman villains, by far.
Yeah, I'd put him in the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Koloski in the chat wants to know what your opinion on Condiment King is.
Don't at me. Do not at me. It's not okay. See, even Matthias said Joker isn't even best Batman villain. Penguin, Bane, Ra's al Ghul. For real, I don't think that Penguin and Bane, as much as I like both of them, neither one of them can compare to Mr. Freeze as far as the story goes, as far as the way he does shit goes. Mr. Freeze he's the fucking man as far as Batman villains go. He ticks all the boxes just right.
Just
perfect.
Just chill out.
Just right. Chill out. Everybody goes to the Arnold
Everybody
version
freeze.
of it. Everybody goes to that shit.
They picked the perfect... It was perfect casting. It was.
Nice to meet you, King of the Swamp. Oh, God. Oh,
so
Yasmin said
bad,
her
it's
favorite
so
Batman
good.
villain has always been Two-Face. I like Two-Face. Two-Face is up there for me too. I like him more than I like the Joker. I think he's got a nice, good character kind of built in there. I like the idea of Two-Face a lot. I like the idea of Two-Face a lot. He's good shit.
See, I've heard
Oh.
two different origin stories now for Two-Face, and I don't know which one's real. Like, there's the one that they presented in the latest series of Batman movies that I don't think is the real one. And then there's the one from the old Batman movies where he was like a lawyer that had some acid thrown on his face. I don't know which one is canon. I know I like
Well, I know
I
the
know
old one's canon.
I know I like the Harvey Dent idea better. He's got a real reason to be better.
You do understand that both Two-Faces are named Harvey Dent, right?
Okay, the new Batman one.
Okay.
I like the idea that he was like in love with like Batman's chick, and that thing happened, and he had half his face burn off, and this is why he's bitter at the world because it's unfair, and he's gonna make things fair with a flip of a coin.
Yeah. The Tommy Lee Jones one is technically canon, but the origin is the only thing that they got right. I liked Tommy Lee Jones' portrayal, but in a different way than I would want the character to be a bit darker, but I didn't hate Tommy Lee Jones' portrayal of Two-Face at all. I like the makeup they used.
Yeah,
I like the whole deal.
I didn't hate it either. I also like the fact that he'd wear those suits, you know, when he's half white and half black. And yeah, so everyone's saying that the original Batman movie, they got the canon right. That's how it
Yeah.
was. Not being a comic book guy, I gotta say I like the new take better. I think it
You like
gives
the
more,
new take better?
yeah, I think it gives more depth. And I'm sure I'll get hate from it, but y'all can suck my nuts.
And what happens in the new shit?
Well, what happens in the new shit is he's dating this chick, right, who used to be Batman's girl. I can't remember her fucking name.
Wish
And
it I'd have Batman's girl. Dun, 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 Batman's girl. Where can I find a woman like it? Go ahead, Keegan. You gotta go past me. I'm having a bunch of random songs pop into my head today. Go ahead.
okay, and then the Joker kidnaps both Harvey Dent, who has been propped up as this the White Knight of Gotham because he's put so many criminals behind bars, and he also kidnaps Batman's girlfriend. Plays a trick on him where he's like, okay, they're both in this places. They're both in these two different places. You can only save one. And like this is that scene in the room where Batman appears while he's in custody and like kind of kicks the crap out of him to get the information on who's where they both are. Joker tells him two different destinations. Says that the girl's at this one and then Harvey Dent is at the other one. Naturally, Batman goes after the girl. He gets there. It's not the girl. It's Harvey Dent. And they're talking. There's a radio between them, so they can talk to each other at the same time, Dent and the girl. And Dent assumed he'd go for the girl, which he did, but once he was already there. So he tries to save Dent. Dent falls on the ground in some petrol because you know how in this series the Joker likes petrol. He was going to set them both ablaze. And so Dent gets half his face burnt off and she dies.
She dies. Was that in poor taste?
Of course not.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's it.
Oh, that's the whole shebang.
Well, yeah, that's how he got fucked up. And and then he's in hospital. And he's real fucking bitter. Should have been her that got saved, and he's hating on the Joker and shit like that. Joker who comes into the hospital and visits him, and he'd always had this gimmick where he makes his own luck. Got this double-sided coin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now one of the sides of the coin is black. Got burnt, just like half of his fucking face, and pretty much it destroyed his soul, losing her. And being alive and in pain. Joker visits her in hospital. Him in hospital. And he speaks to him and he's like, yeah, I'm an agent of chaos. Gives him a gun.
So as much as you seem to really like the newer series
I do.
of movies, do you dislike any? There were 3, right? Were there 3 new Batman movies?
Yeah.
You liked all 3?
If you're not counting the shit with fucking when he fights Superman, which I'm not.
You don't have to count that. Like I'm talking about that
The
Christian
Dark Knight.
Bale
Christian
group
Bale
of movies.
Dark Knight movies. Yeah, I like them.
That's your shit?
I like the Batmans. I like the Jokers. I like. Yeah. I guess it's the more metal, edgy, grunge.
It's the mall metal fucking Batman.
It's everything that you hate, but I like it. I don't give a shit.
I was gonna say that it probably has a bit of an indicator as to what your taste is for this kind of shit. Like you would probably go for something like a Spawn or the edgier versions of Batman, but maybe not care for the other versions so much. I can get this. I'm learning about you right now.
Everyone's learning.
We're learning. Okay, I don't have to hate these takes. Like another thing, I think that a lot of people give me some hate on the movie thing because 1, I don't watch the movies, and 2, I don't like the takes on the movies. Again, a lot of these things are just entry level points for people to try to get more people into the properties more. Like if Batman Vanilla is not enough for you, then maybe you'll like the Dark Knight. Maybe you'll like a different take, depending on what it is. I can get that.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, I did watch the old Batman movies, and I grew up with those, and I loved them. They were great. I watched them many, many times. But I don't know. I like the new ones better. They seem to have more depth to me. That they seem to be darker, more less slapstick, less comedic. You know, harsher, with an edge. And to answer Jacob's question, no, I fucking hated the Green Lantern. I thought it was the worst movie. What's his fucking name?
Ryan Reynolds.
I think it's one of the worst movies Ryan Reynolds ever did. One of his biggest mistakes. And I thought that
Here's
movie
where people
sucked.
Here's where people will get mad at me, and I don't care. I like fucking Green Lantern more than I like Deadpool.
Yeah, see, you're on your own there, son. Deadpool was fucking great.
I despise the character of Deadpool. In comic books or in other forms of media, I cannot stand the character.
It's got a Streamlabs, by the way. Seen it come up on the
Shit,
screen.
I can get that. I can find that.
Yeah, you're an adult, remember? We practiced this
I guess
yesterday.
I'm grown. Yeah, I'm grown.
Yeah.
Got it.
You can do this.
Oh, just to make sure I got this thing. A Viable Ninja or 2 to say, Akujin got all his vidges. Train did good. Did you see that? Someone said something nice about you.
Well, it was a question mark.
Well, did you get all the vidges?
No. Because this newest one, I didn't find out it existed until it was already gone. I got all the other ones.
Well, he made a new one just now called Another Voice Worm.
Oh. Right. Well, I only found out that existed 5 seconds ago, so I don't have that one either.
Slacker movies and games through one to say Batman Beyond can suck my left nut. Not the right one, the left one. The left one specifically. The left one is atrophied somewhat because it's not used nearly as much as the right one.
Oh.
I made that up.
I like how you gave it a backstory.
I
It gives it more character.
know, right?
Yeah.
His left nut was in an explosion that charred it black. He's always talking about how life's not fair.
And now it's just angry at the world.
Yeah. It's good shit. Oh, that's good shit. So, fuck. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what made Bastard Beast want to get rid of the videos. Some people have hypothesized that maybe he did it because we laughed too hard at them.
I think he did it because we like him. 100%.
Slacker said Batman Begins is not Beyond, and don't give my nuts a backstory.
Too late.
Too late. It's already happened.
Your nuts are now like edgy more metal nuts.
It's two nuts. It's like two edgy ball metal nuts. What the fuck? Got a spike collar around his testicles. Calm down. Oh, there's Gadfly. What's up? Deathstroke is better. Unsymmetrical nuts is not funny. I agree. It is no laughing matter. Hard nut life. Hard nut life. This is hell. This is gonna be bad. It's fine though. Not a big deal. By the way, we were talking about what made Bastard Beast delete all of his videos. And Akujin throws out the idea of, you know what? I think it's because we like them. And I think it is.
What other reason? There's no other reason that really makes sense.
It's kind of like that thing when that little kid squares up to you like he wants to fight and you just laugh at him until you're crying and you're pissing yourself laughing.
Yeah, and then he gets sore and just walks away.
Yeah, they just get sore and fucking leave. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Like,
and they do
somebody is so serious and so pissed off, and you're just cackling at them too fucking hard, and
they start.
Fuck it,
They start pouting and huffing and.
and they just go home.
Fuck you. You
Jessica.
like him? You like him? I'll delete him.
Oh, you like? I'll take them away. But
take that, Tuds.
Jessica has a great hypothesis. He did it because he didn't want to have to make her a video.
Well, you know what Jessica's like. She makes everything about her. Fucking when Niece was doing her shit, she's like, "Oh, why isn't there one on me? Why me?" Typical woman. It's all about her. It's all about you, Jessica.
Hold on. Catch this one. Hey, man, nice shot. This summer, one nut, one goal. An incredible heroic tale. Slacker's Nuts, coming to a theater near you. Tell me you wouldn't buy a ticket, Akujin.
Rated PG.
You think that's getting a PG? A story of testicles running wild? I don't know if that's going to get a PG, Akujin. I'm going to be real with you. I don't think that's getting a PG rating, bro.
Depends on whose nuts they are.
It depends on whose nuts
who you
they
get
are.
to portray the nuts.
It does have. We do have diversity in nuts here. He has one black nut, one right nut. It's fine. All right, it's fine.
Get Ryan Reynolds to play the right nut, and Brandon Waynes to play the left nut. That's PG. Comedy good.
You don't want to make that film. Nah, we kind of probably should make that film. Danny DeVito is the left nut. I'm for this. 100%.
But to God, his head already looks like a nut.
Doesn't it?
Shave off the side of his head, and he's a face on a testicle.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's good shit already. Okay. Now, your idea could be right. You may be onto something with this whole like, oh, we liked him, so he took them down.
The only thing that makes
I
sense.
think there's something else to it. No, when this first started happening with the "it's a work" thing, Fowl was fed up. Fowl is here. He was fed up that day when the "it's a work" shit happened. He was done. He didn't care about it. He didn't want to care about anybody else ever again. Doesn't care what happens to anybody. He's a fucking nihilist now. Are you still at that point, Fowl?
Yeah, beyond.
I'm beyond that point. God damn.
Set off
What?
the nukes.
Set up the nukes. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh,
We
wait
might
a
as well,
second.
like, global warming's fake, so I mean, nuke everything.
Jesus!
Fine. It's
His
fine.
entire life is changing right before our eyes. By the way, Gunsky's been sitting at Midas for 2 hours for tires and is asking to be Epstein. Look, I could send you a punching bag. You don't need tires. You guys don't need tires.
Maybe you're speaking to
don't-
the wrong person. Davis seemed to get the hook up real easy yesterday.
Yeah, Davis got the hookup on tires with the swiftness yesterday. What was that guy's name? Gary? Is Gary's tires?
Gary.
Yeah, Gary seems like a good guy. Gary's tires. But so you're at the point. Fuck it, nuke it all.
Sure.
Now I don't know if we ended up asking you about yesterday, but after yesterday's what was it? What would you call that? A barrage of videos? A spam of video?
Video cocky.
Video cocky even. God, that's so gross. You're terrible. Video cocky. After that, what do you think? What do you think about that, Foul? The video cocky, and then it's all been deleted now.
Yeah, I didn't think that's a way to get us to talk about it, because it's, I don't know, weird for him to do. So
I think it's a way to get us to talk about it. We were already talking about it. We loved it.
yeah,
Couldn't
but
stop
we were done
talking
talking
about
it, and now we're talking about it again. See?
We were gonna talk about the other videos and the Thrax fan. We had plans. This was gonna be great. And then
No, this
he deleted them.
This is the end of an era. This is pretty much going to be the last day we can talk about it unless he makes more.
I'm sure there'll be more.
You think there's gonna be more? He
No,
did
no.
make another one today. Like it's something with a voice test or some shit.
Yeah, there'll be more. I don't know, maybe addressing some other characters on the show or something.
Do you think
Yep.
you'll get one, Foul?
No, I never get one.
Oh, did you hear that? God damn. I wasn't ready for that. I never get one.
To be
What the
fair, Fel, it took Alex like 15 niece videos before he got a shout out. It was only the last video when he wasn't even here that he got his niece moment.
It is hard to get the attention of these people sometimes, Foul.
Yeah.
Jessica's
That's
still
great.
waiting.
I'm glad he finally got a niece video. Yeah, wonderful.
Well, he didn't get
You
an
think-
entire video. He just got a mention.
He just got mentioned in a niece.
She's talked about pretty much everybody.
She has, except Jessica.
Yeah, except her
Except
You know.
Jessica.
and
you.
somebody else. But
And you-
Oh, and you.
never mind, Jessica. Make one on Jessica. That's important.
Oh shit! Niece
I-
left you
yeah,
out, didn't
me.
she?
Don't make one on me ever. It's fine.
oh, that's way that's how you're gonna play it.
Guys, I'm starting to think that Val feels left out.
Yeah, and he's playing the reverse psychology route.
I think he's doing it.
I don't want a video.
It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
I got left off the fly monkey blog because I'm not a monkey, I'm a bird. So I mean, it's
The more I'm thinking, I think this is. I do think that there has been an active effort to not cover the bird. Oh, look at it. Jessica is lending you some advice. You learn to cry through the pain, she says. You do.
yeah, I know that already, but thanks.
You should reach out to Jessica before you become the Joker.
Do you think you guys could do a support group?
They haven't been mentioned by them yet, support group.
Possibly, but I mean, who would actually show up? They've talked about everybody else.
So far, you got
It'd
2 people.
be you and Jessica. It's you and Jessica sitting in little school desks, little semicircle.
Kind of hard to call it a group, then, isn't it?
I'm sure somebody else will show. Who else doesn't get talked about? They fucking go in on Jacob and Thrax all the time, so they can't be there. Sparky, they go at too much. Who's somebody else who they? Bar Steward. Man, they never talk about Bar Steward or Sergio
Or Iok.
or Ike. Well, dude, this could be this support group's bigger than you thought. Fakest and Sergio didn't get a blog post, and they deserve it.
To be fair, out of everyone here, there have only been about 6 people that have got a mention. And there's 80 people in the audience. The numbers are on your side, my friend.
You could be in a support group with Bobby Eaton's magnificent mullet.
You could lead the support group. You could be the most forgotten.
This could be your calling.
I mean, somebody that doesn't even come around here got a mention last time, so
Who?
Habana.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, you're right.
She hasn't even been around in ages, and she's like a flying monkey. So, the fuck.
Fucking Fowl's like this is bullshit. This isn't even fair. It's fucking. It's like I'm over here. I'm putting in my time. I don't even get flying monkey status and shit. I'm with you, man. This isn't right. This is not right. Akujin, this isn't right, and you know it, right? But Nico, yeah, there's Nico.
Man. If Two-Face was in charge of this shit, it would be fair. Even Thanos would make it fair.
Kolofsky's pointing out they never talk about Kitsu either. Kitsu's a fucking furry and can't get people to bury him.
Fucking furry.
I'm just saying. That's pretty wild when there's a furry around that nobody's burying.
Thanks for putting me in the group with the furry.
Thanks for putting me in the group with the furry.
I appreciate it. It's fine.
Look, this support group
Dude,
would be a hell of a fucking sight.
a furry anyway. I mean,
You're helping out.
you're
You have Saint Jessica, you got a duck, you have a furry,
you're basically
Nico's over there, Bobby Eaton's magnificent mullet sitting in a little desk. Come on.
I mean, you're kind of like related to furries anyway, aren't you? You're a feathery.
Ooh.
Basically the same thing.
That's not the same thing.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Wow.
Being a cartoon avatar on the internet is not the same as putting on a foam suit.
It's the same thing.
No.
Man.
I don't even know how you could compare those two things.
I don't even know how you could miss the obvious thing that I have a Pooh Bear avatar and not go at me about that. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, I don't
Do
know.
you
I
need
always just
hints?
I think you're supposed to be a train, so I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, supposed to be a train. Also, currently Pooh Bear.
He's a train bear.
You could have turned this right around back at me.
Nope.
It's hard to stop a train. It's fine.
He's like, look at me. I'm the furry now.
This is the sound of defeat right here.
This is... You've let Bastard Beast and Niece wear you down. You can't do this, man. You can't let him get you like this, man.
It's, you know what you need in your life? Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Get some fire in your belly.
That's what you think he needs.
Yep.
To drink.
Look, I seen this episode of South Park, and all you need to like get white people to become white trash and act crazy and get arrested for being violent is Pabst Blue Ribbon.
I have not seen South Park in a long time.
Fucking commie.
I haven't watched South Park in a hot minute as well.
Yeah, but you seen it when it was good.
Yeah, I watched it when it was good.
I mean, I haven't seen it for over a year or something as well.
They had that weird episode where everybody was shitting out of their mouth, and I just kind of just checked out.
I wonder
Oh, that
why that existed.
that was the that was the greatest.
It wasn't even funny. It was
Oh,
like
it was
just
it wasn't
weird.
funny. It was fucking hilarious.
It was kind of disgusting.
It's kind of just like, why?
It was such a pertinent social commentary on how
It was a pertinent social commentary. Watching people vomit feces.
No, it's about how people start talking about all this bullshit and it's just a big turd coming out of their mouth.
Yeah,
Okay.
It was a metaphor.
Yeah, it's an easy analogy. That's not what I think anybody missed.
And the fact that they made it a literal turd and then ran with it and turned it into a diet made it hilarious. That's
They
one of
turned
the
it
funny...
into a diet.
Well, yeah. Because they started eating the reverse way.
That shit was so nasty, man.
It was hilarious. That's
You
one
say
of the
hilarious.
that's one
I
of the
say
top,
horrific.
That's one of the top 10 South Park episodes. The first one that
That's one of the top 10 for you.
Oh yeah. I think number 1 is definitely the human Sentai pad.
Are you serious?
I laughed so fucking hard. I think a little bit of pee came out.
Wow.
Wait a second.
When that Chinese guy is like, he's like, oh, what do you want I should eat? Oh, garlic burrito or vanilla paste? Oh, burrito? Oh, I feel funny as Barry. I don't care. I believe in you. It was the best.
I see a pattern forming.
He is so fucking serious right now.
That episode was the shit.
Yeah, I definitely see a pattern forming here. The fuck?
Well,
That's
you'd think so, but I actually hated the Mr. Hanky episodes, so that disproves
Really?
your poop theory. Yes, I hated Mr. Hanky.
okay. So you know that the pattern that he was seeing was that you like Dookie.
Yeah, I know. I
Okay.
I got it. And proven. Because I think Mr. Hanky is one of the worst fucking characters South Park ever made. Fucking Towley all day.
He means this.
I even like that fucking that retarded kid that what's his name is always feuding with. Timmy's always feuding with that one Jimmy. Not Jimmy.
Yeah, Timmy and Jimmy.
How do you remember these characters?
Oh,
Well, they
because
rhyme, so it's kind
South
of easy.
Park is life. In the
See, all right, South Park has had some funny ones. The ones that you're naming are not them.
Oh, they're the best ones.
Are you? The ones about poop.
Oh yeah.
That's the ones that you were saying are the best ones. Just like, hey, you remember that one about poop? That poop sure was cool, huh?
Well, it was situational. Because
Situational.
yeah, because we've already gone through this, and I've disproven the fact that it was poo is not the reason why I think.
No, you didn't like Mr. Hanky. Maybe the poop's not allowed to talk. Maybe you don't like poop that can speak to you. Maybe that's the problem.
A hell of a conspiracy theory you got there.
I think so too. I now have my own Akujin conspiracy. I think he is obsessed with poop.
Let me know how that works out for you.
You're obsessed with poop on South Park.
You think
This
that's
is
why
life
I
now.
also like the new Batmans? I'm a fan of shit.
I think that might be why you like the new Batman.
And Hereditary. And Slipknot. It's all making sense now.
It's all coming together now. You like such bad shit. And it's all because of a poop obsession. We're learning.
Wait. See, that's the line I'm gonna draw now. Winnie the Pooh.
Oh.
Are you gonna draw that line I handed you before?
Even his persona has a little bit of poo gimmick to it.
To be fair, that's not one I chose for myself. Apparently, I can't remember who it was in the chat said that I laugh like Winnie the Pooh. So that's how the Pooh Bear thing came along.
Oh, you know you love some Winnie
It
the
was
Pooh.
a gift. It was a gift from the people.
It was a gift from the people, he says. A gift from the people.
I can't take credit for it. I can only steal it and then repost it, like I do everything else that I find.
This fucking guy. Well, here's a fair question. Are there any other weird poop movies that you're into? Like, when you watch Dogma, did you think, oh, that's a great design for a monster? Is that a...
No, I thought the shit demon was the most ridiculous part of the movie. And the way they killed
Really?
it with deodorant, it was just, dude, cheap and nasty. Funny.
Wasn't it?
Fucking shit demon.
That was cheap and nasty.
It was the worst part of the movie. That was one thing about that movie I did not like. Can't think of any other parts, but I know that there's that one.
I mean, No, I can't remember. There are probably some other parts that were bad. Ah, I forgot that was a thing, even.
Tonka would say that they're all bad, but yeah, I did not like the shit
I
demon.
I'd want to argue, but now that you're mentioning the poop demon, like, yeah, maybe they are pretty fucking bad.
It was lame. It was uncreative. It's literal potty humor of the lowest form. It's not even funny potty humor. I mean, I like a good poop joke much as the next man.
I think a little more.
But the Golgotha shit demon
Yeah, I don't know. That was
not a fan.
like something like a little kid would come up with as a supervillain.
Yes.
A little kid becomes a supervillain, you say?
No, if
That
he
isn't
came up
that
with the
always the
idea
best?
for one.
Okay, isn't that always the best? When the little kid becomes a supervillain. That way you feel bad about punting them across the fucking room. No. If a little kid is evil, you punt that motherfucker. That's why I don't know. I'm never afraid of little kids in movies. Same thing with like The Ring and all that shit. I'm not scared of a little kid. I will fucking punt that motherfucker. Chucky is not scary to me. I will punt that son of a bitch.
Yeah, but you'll do that to normal alive kids that aren't evil.
Yeah, that's a harsh indictment.
Don't act like you haven't wanted to do that to one or two Haven kids before.
I do it to any kids. I don't like people's kids. I don't like anybody's kids.
Have you punted their kids?
I'm sure he's thought about it. Because they're two children I know of that he's been in close
You go to
proximity
jail
to.
if you punt kids.
Yeah.
But if it becomes worth it, fuck it. I'll punt a kid.
Kick the baby. Oh, kick the baby. Blacker through a streamy lab. Akujin's favorite movie is Toxic Avenger. I don't know what that is.
You don't know what the Toxic Avenger is?
No.
You've never seen the Toxic Avenger?
Nope.
Never.
Nope. Has it got something to do with poo? Is that why he's done it? Or is him saying that I'm toxic?
No, it's kind of a famous. I was gonna say B movie, but it's more of a C or D movie. It's bad but good. It's one of those. It's a superhero movie about a guy made of toxic waste. It's bad, but
Okay,
good.
so he's basically the bad guy from Captain Planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Mm. It's well, no, he's a good guy. He is a good guy. There is that. He's a good guy.
Still haven't
Very
seen
nice fella. Sack Akujin. Yeah, they're mad at you for not knowing what the Toxic Avenger is. You may want to something about that.
There's like a whole library of trauma films you probably should check on, but
Actually, you ever fucked around with any of those?
What?
Any trauma films or any of the anything
I have no
from
idea
that
what
era,
the fuck
really?
trauma means.
Okay. Okay. This is okay. All right.
But, like,
I'm not gonna cuss at him. It's fine.
is that like some sort of Pokemon?
Oh. Oh. Yeah, fuck this guy. It's fine. Just leave him for dead.
are you aware of things existing? Because
Thanks.
maybe that's the problem.
This motherfucker's over here citing the philosophical merits of people shitting from their mouths on South Park.
Maybe like
I know what trauma films are.
I mean, if Slipknot's the only band you've ever heard, maybe you think it's good. Like maybe Pokemon because that's what people watched. You just
I
never heard
never
of other
watched.
things.
I never watched it. I've heard of it. I've heard
I
of
swear
lots
to
of.
fucking
I've
God.
heard of lots of things. I haven't heard of these specific things that you're mentioning.
I've heard of things, just not these things. This motherfucker.
I'm sure there are a million things that you haven't heard of that I've heard of.
Yes, but I won't be. I will not be going on just talking about the, like I said, the philosophical merits of shitting from your mouth on South Park, only to turn around and be like, "Yeah, I don't know what that is."
That's because
We're talking about the Toxic Avenger.
after watching Hereditary with you, it's obvious to me that you don't understand character development.
Oh,
So I'm not surprised that you can't appreciate South Park.
oh, 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 oh.
Got him.
Okay, got him. I'm fucking wrecked, son.
Did it, Reddit.
Fucking did it. Ruined. Ruined. I don't hate you though, for real. Just have no faith in you anymore. It's not hate. It's lack of faith. What am I supposed to do? Look upon you in the same way as I did before? How do I do it? How?
I don't know,
I mean, we
man.
could pull the drum up.
You know what?
We could break the drive-through thing up and enrich his life.
Enrich his life. And we should make him sit with Davis in the drive-thru for a while and watch some movies. Okay, like even if me and Davis don't agree on all movies, I know the man has a wide range of shit that he knows of and watches, and would be able to at least give Akujin some shit to watch that isn't, hey, we pooping out our mouths today.
Dude, like, you're starting to act like that's all that I like.
Okay. When asked
I-
about
I-
the South Park
I feel like
episodes
I'm
that you
being-
liked,
I feel like I'm being unfairly tarred with a specific brush.
you are.
And
You are.
Foul Lavia is preparing to feather me.
Dude. Okay. When asked about the episodes of South Park you liked, we have the one where they're shitting in each other's mouths and the one where they're shitting from their mouths. You don't detect a pattern. Nobody's detecting anybody. Hey,
I already disproved this.
he disproved this.
Yeah, with the
Okay.
hanky thing.
And what's your other favorite episode? You said your two favorites were those. You said they were so great. You went into you acted out the scenes by yourself on the show.
He said he likes those episodes for its rich plot development. And
The rich plot and social commentary. It's fucking,
Yeah, well,
they just both happen to have shit coming in and out of people's mouths, right?
look. Ever since Seinfeld and Frasier got cancelled, the bar for highbrow humor, it had to get lowered a little bit. This is the peak now.
I don't know, man. Is this the end?
There have been a lot of shows that Seinfeld went off the air. I think someone might have that thing you're looking for.
I mean, somebody out there has what you're looking for, Akujin. I think Davis may have a special code you can use.
Yeah, nah.
Jesus.
Nah, I've heard about that code. That's not my thing.
Look, as far as shit falling out of someone's mouth, we all enjoyed the Bastard Beast videos, okay? All of us liked those. We were all right there with you for them. And now they're gone, though. So,
I blame
I mean,
Jessica.
we're all at least on that level.
I blame Jessica.
You blame Jessica for the videos going away?
Yeah.
Why?
She put so much expectations on him to create what she wanted that, you know, he's just like, fuck it. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother with this anymore. I can't even be myself. People are telling me what to create.
Do you think it was Davis and Jessica then?
Yeah, he crumbled under
Davis and Jessica are the ones who did this?
he crumbled under the pressure. You know, he got fans, and you know, they wanted more, and couldn't handle it, man.
Game over, man.
I mean, he gave it his best with the Davis video. That was only 3 seconds compared to his normal 5-minute rant.
That's true. He put everything he had into that 5-second video.
3.
3. Yeah, you are correct.
I usually am. Except when
It
I'm
was,
not.
except when you're not. No. Let me check something real quick. Oh, there's something called. Oh. We have, apparently, the Joker movie has become the most prolific comic book movie ever made. It has made the most money of any movie in the comic book genre, including the Avengers, and it's not a Marvel movie.
Oh, fuck off.
That's confusing.
Really?
I didn't make this up. I didn't say it.
It can't be that good.
Look, Forbes magazine said it. I didn't say it.
I'm not saying that Forbes is wrong. And, you got a correction in the chat.
It's profitable, not prolific. You're right.
Yeah.
But I hate to break it to you, it's going to end up being the most prolific.
Yeah.
That's going to end up being the comic book movie that hangs out over all of them. It's going to be both. I don't like it, but it's going to be both. God, that's going to be a pain in the ass. I hate what the Joker's become. I'm glad that you can enjoy it, and I'm glad that others do, but man, I want no part of it.
It does remind me of that side of social commentary, though. It's, I don't know. It's the oppressed movie that's made more money than any other movie.
What? You blink for a second.
Oh, I'm saying it's the oppressed, poor Joker movie that's made more money than any other movie.
The most profitable comic book movie.
I gotta say, I'm not expecting to like it.
That's good shit, though.
I mean, I'm not gonna go see it at the movie.
Yeah, I'm not either. I think it's funny that
I mean, I
the
don't
most
go
profitable one to make was.
I don't go see anything at the movies, but I wouldn't. This would be like, no, I'll just wait for it to go out on video.
Does anybody really fuck with the movies anymore? Or people are pretty much the people around here done with it? I don't think any of us go to the movies.
Who do you... Obviously they do. I mean, how else do they keep making millions?
Oh, no, I'm talking about us. Like, does anybody in any of the circles that we talk, do any of them go to movies?
Nico went and seen it.
Okay.
I mean, I have a couple of friends that were into that.
Nico in the chat said it's not as good as The Dark Knight, but he likes it. He thinks that I would like the Joker. So, it's only just come out at the movies. So, I assume he went to the movie to see. And it was the first movie he actually went to the theaters to watch in years.
Goddamn.
Last movie I went to see, I took my. It was because my son wanted to see it. I want him to take. Want him to. I took him to see The Nun.
You took him to see The Nun?
Yeah.
The fuck is The Nun?
It is. It is a spin-off movie of the Conjuring universe.
I have no idea what that is.
You've never heard of the Conjuring?
I know what The Conjuring is. I didn't know about the Conjuring universe having an extended thing about a nun. I didn't know about that, but I have heard of the movies, yeah.
Hmm.
Are they good? I think those are ones that people have said are
I like the Conjuring.
good-ish.
I like the Conjuring 1 and 2. I did not like the Nun.
Fair enough.
Basically, there is a particular demonic entity that is in 1 and 2 that has very, very short appearances or whatever. But apparently it generated a fair bit of interest among the fans to the point where they're like, okay, we'll give this a fucking its own spin-off movie, and it was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was
What was wrong with it?
Oh, it was just gay and lame. And it didn't make sense. It wasn't scary. I mean, I didn't like the actors. I didn't like the storyline. I didn't like the ending. I didn't like any of it.
Fair enough. I've seen nothing of it. Like, what is the nun? Is it an evil nun, or is the nun good and fighting evil? What's going on with the nun?
Well, the nun is a demonic entity.
Oh, the nun is evil.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yasmin's got my back.
So Yasmin's got your back. What's Yasmin got your back about?
It was a poor excuse for a movie.
Oh.
And the nun was terrible.
Oh, she's out here burying it. Okay. Okay.
And Jessica says, I do not think it fit with The Conjuring very well. I think that's why they spun it off so fucking hard. I mean, it's something that they took out of The Conjuring, so technically it's a part of the air quotes Conjuring universe, but it's definitely standalone to the point where it's got nothing. That movie in particular has nothing to do with the rest of The Conjuring, except for the fact that that spirit turns up in those two movies. I think you're thinking of I think you're thinking of a different movie, Night Beast.
Inexplicably played.
Yeah, I think that.
Fucking Sister Act.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
It was close, but I think that one preceded it by about 30 years.
Oh, God.
Maybe this should have been a spin-off to that movie.
Could you imagine Sister Act as a horror movie?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, that would make my life. I would love this. We need a mixed universe between
does it still have to have Whoopi Goldberg in it?
Yes! How else do you have Sister Act?
Pass.
Don't fucking pass!
Pass.
We
come
fucking...
Get her back into doing movies so she stops talking about things. Anything.
Eh? Eh? Fuck you, Akujin. See? See? Now he boos. Fucking prick.
Tactical.
Yeah, it was a tactical boo. Trying to save face in front of people, you're bullshit. Cannot remember the name, but it is pretty good, and is a woman waiting for a call. Whoopi Goldberg has one movie, but I can't remember the title. And that is the plot to it, said Sergio, because I read that backwards for some reason. A woman waiting for a call, and it's Whoopi Goldberg, and it's a movie. Does anyone know what that movie is? Whoopi Goldberg waiting for a phone call. Anyone?
That sounds like a top movie right there. That's
That's
plot gold.
It's fucking plot gold.
And please don't, no spoilers in the chat. We didn't want to say whether she got the call or not.
Yeah, we wanna have organic reactions when we watch it at Davis's drive-in.
Oh god. He said the call was from her agent. Spoiler, it never came.
Yeah, I fucking hate that bitch, Bob. She's such a liberal fucking douchebag sitting on the View fucking like this high fucking 90. Fuck that bitch.
Oh, very probably, but you still can't have Sister Act without her.
Fuck Sister
It's like
Act.
trying to make the Cosby Show without Bill Cosby. You kind of need the fucking one who does the movie.
Sometimes that is better.
Sometimes that is better.
I would rather Cosby movies TV show be dead than him have diddled those girls.
Yasmin says, "The telephone?" Question mark. That seems logical. The movie about waiting for a phone call would be called The Telephone. That seems like the one.
Yeah, I think we got a winner.
Is this a winner?
I could see that being the name of the movie, based on the plot. I mean, nothing about the movie is original. Why would the title be original?
Wow. Akujin just laying waste. Just laying waste to the cinema. What? Why? All right.
No,
Is it just that you dislike Whoopi Goldberg, or do you really, like, you know that, are you a film person and this offends you in that way?
I wouldn't say I'm a film person. I just think that it's fucking dog shit.
Well, I mean, who are they copying off of, though? I mean, is there another movie from
And
like
no,
the 50s where
no,
somebody's waiting for a
it's
phone
not-
call?
It's not Phone Booth, because Phone Booth has got that guy in it, the Irish guy. What's his name?
Phone booth was the one with the hostage situation where you're stuck at the phone booth, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
what's that guy's fucking name? Irish motherfucker.
Irish motherfucker.
Damn it, that's gonna shit me up the wall. I gotta find out what his name is now.
Colin Farrell, said Nightbeast.
That's it, Colin Farrell.
That's it. This fucking guy.
Yeah, it's got Colin Farrell, Forrest Whitaker, and Keith Sutherland. There is no Whoopi anywhere near the phone booth. Thank God. That movie wasn't that great, but it would have been so much worse with Whoopi in it. I didn't like anything. I can't think of anything she's ever done that I like.
Have you seen Sister Act?
Yes, I've even seen the sequel.
Oh, you've seen Sister Act too?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You know Peggy Hill's in that movie?
Fuck is Peggy Hill?
Man, you suck.
And no, of course I'm not a fan of ghosts. What do you think I am, a chick? Who, honestly, what heterosexual male is a fan of The Ghost? With Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg and fucking, what was
Demi
her-
Moore.
Demi Moore.
Yeah. You might be right.
I'm much more of a fan of G.I. Jane or Roadhouse. I mean, if we're going through like different movies that those particular actors and actresses have been in, I don't see Ghost as the pinnacle unless you're a chick or a homosexual.
No, if he said Peggy Hill is a cartoon. The chick who does Peggy Hill's voice, she only had
Oh, Peggy Hill, yeah, from Family Guy. Is
what?
that from Family Guy?
Oh,
No.
no.
Oh, alright, I had a brain fart. Don't worry. Forget I
What
said
is it with
anything.
you and farts and shit and bodily functions? What is it with you?
Not a big deal.
Fucking guy. It's I like to say shit like that whenever somebody is like in a movie and they play like, you know, a cartoon part. For instance, in House of a Thousand Corpses, or no, it's the second one, The Devil's Rejects. Whenever they go to the strip club, or was it? I think it's just a straight up whorehouse. The whore who gets with Otis, I'm like, hey, it's Tommy Pickles, and that bothers people.
Yeah, that was a whorehouse that's owned by Captain Spaulding's brother.
Yeah, Otis gets with Tommy Pickles. You know, from Rugrats.
Okay.
That bothers people when you say it. Gets awkward. Like, oh, good. Tommy Pickles is here at the whorehouse. It's terrible.
I never made that connection.
Well, it's probably because you didn't know that E.G. Daily was Tommy Pickles.
No, I didn't. I've seen both, though. I used to watch
See-
Rugrats, and I've seen Devil's Rejects numerous times. I never made the connection.
Well, I used to not really have anything against E.G. Daily. But then I did. I had a lot against E.G. Daily.
Yeah. What? After she was
about-
in a whorehouse in Devil's Rejects?
No, not then. Okay, one thing that a lot of people may not know is that back in the 80s, E.G. Daily had a bit of a music career. Even had a song that was kind of like the big track in a movie called Summer School, if you've ever seen that movie. You ever seen Summer School?
Nope.
Damn. Okay, it's 80s comedy. A
Probably why I
bunch
haven't
of
seen it.
40-year-olds are high school students, and Kirstie Alley and the guy
Here's
from...
why I haven't seen it.
It's fucking... No, everybody's seen this. You just don't know you've seen it. But, yeah. Is it Mark Harmon? That's who I'm trying to think of. Thank you. Yeah. Night Beast knows what I'm talking about. Mark Harmon and fucking Kirstie Alley are teaching these kids over summer school. And E.G. Daily has the title track in this shit. You can go back and look it up. Name of it's Mind Over Matter. Had a whole album, all kinds of shit. She had a music career. She was in Pee-wee's fucking Big Adventure, the movie. She did Rugrats. She did all kinds of shit. She had a decent big career. I shit you not. On The Voice, you know, that show where they're out discovering talent. I'm not kidding you. You can find where E.G. Daly's on that show and they're all acting like, oh man, who would have, I don't know. Oh man, you're so good. I would have never expected. And they advance it to the next round. This was outrageous Hollywood fuckery. Outrageous Hollywood fuckery, in my opinion. This is someone who has 100% already had a career. It's not a question. 100% this person has had a career already. E.G. Daily has had a hell of a career already. In music, in movies, on TV. And they were trying to pass them off to you like a new talent. Like they were discovering a new talent. That's a thing that happened.
Would have worked on me.
I am not exaggerating. I did not dream this. I am not making this up.
It wouldn't surprise me for them to do something like that because it.
No, go ahead. Type it into YouTube real quick. You don't have to bring it up on the screen, but just anybody in. No, I'm talking to the chat. If you don't believe me, chat, I'm not fucking with you. Type it. Check it out. Just type into YouTube, E.G. Daily on The Voice. E.G. Daily, who was Tommy Pickles on the Rugrats, as well as a slew of other characters. And then you fucking do this other, and they try to pass it off to you as new talent. That is one of the most obvious things where they try to fuck you over on these shows and to think, oh, we've discovered talent. We've done this. We've done this. Nah, dude. Those shows are fake as fuck. I guarantee most people had already fucking thought of that. You know, most people, oh, reality shows are fake. Reality shows are fake. I bet you didn't think they were that fucking fake. They just pretend they've discovered talent that's been around for 30 years. Like, this is somebody who had been doing movies since the 80s. And in like 2010, maybe even like 2013, they try to pass it off to, oh, we found some new talent, guys. We found new talent. Get the fuck out of here. And maybe I'm off. Maybe there's been a more blatant case, but I can't think of a more blatant case of Hollywood fuckery. Just on TV in front of everyone, not even caring. Than that shit. Hey, here's this person who has been in every medium you can fucking be in. We discovered them just now. We just found them. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure that nobody really picked up on it. I don't think there was like a news story or anything about it. Like, hey, this is the most blatantly obvious fake shit you've ever seen in your life. Yeah, none of that. They just didn't. Nobody minded. And I would have never known it if I wouldn't have walked by a television where this shit's on. I lost my shit. Lost my fucking shit when I saw it. Because I made that mistake of, oh, I'm kind of a fan of this person. I kind of don't fucking hate this person. Tommy Pickles was cool when I was younger. You know, the Rugrats were great.
The things you do and don't decide to give a shit about makes me scratch my head.
Oh, it pissed me off so fucking much. So fucking much. Couldn't fucking help myself. Have you ever seen something like that pissed you off, where a contest was like, wow, how rigged? How rigged?
Yeah, I had that very feeling last Friday.
You kind of get that feeling on the regular, don't you?
No, just last Friday in particular.
Oh. The news is mostly bullshit anyways to get views. This isn't the news. It's supposed to be like a contest. Again, like there's no guarantee that any contest is going to be legitimate anyway, right? Contests are contests are contests. There's always going to be some element of fuckery in anything that has anything to do with show business. But you'd think they'd have at least enough shame to not put that shit on TV when it's that obvious.
Oh,
It's like, hey, everybody.
It's only obvious to people like you. I imagine.
You
like
think it's only obvious to people like you? Don't think anybody else has ever picked up on it?
I think 90% of the population would not pick up on it. I mean, how many people even know that the person who did the voice of Tommy Pickles has a name?
Had a music career.
Has a name.
Most people wouldn't know the name. They wouldn't know they had a music career. Most of them don't put together that it's the chick from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Or was it Pee-wee's Big Adventure? It might have been in the other movie. I think he got 2 movies, right?
Oh yeah.
Big Top Pee-wee?
fucking Rugrats, I wouldn't even give a fuck enough to find out who voiced Tommy Pickles. And when I found out it was a name like E.G. Daily, I'd forget that in 5 minutes.
It is. It's a very forgettable name. Maybe there was a lot that went into it. A lot that went into fucking around with this shit. I don't know. Fuckery was afoot. Very obvious fuckery was afoot.
Fuckery usually is. The foot is where it likes to be.
And the person, sorry, they thought I was talking about the news. No, this was one of those fucking singing contests that they fucking do. The big one was American Idol. And after about 10 years of that shit, people stopped fucking caring about American Idol. Then the next one became, I guess, the America's Got Talent or something like that. But the one that everybody's on now, I think, is that voice one, which I can't believe how far that shit's gotten, given that happened years ago and that shit's still on TV. That would be fucking infuriating, I would imagine. So, like, anybody who goes and tries out for that shit, why would you even wait in line if you know that they have those motherfuckers out there? Why would you bother? Do you see those lines that wrap around the entire fucking city block for people trying to get in these goddamn contests to try to become some kind of superstar? And it's like, oh, by the way, guys, we've already decided that somebody who did Nicktoons 20 years ago, they're going to be the one who... Get the fuck out of here. That's insane to me.
That's a thing.
It's a bit of a thing. Only makes you a little sad sometimes. It's all rigged, to be honest. Yeah, they're all rigged, but that one was really rigged. Like, I promise, I get it. All of the, reality shows and I get that they're all rigged. But holy damn, is that rigged? Like, that's really rigged. Like, that's not a little rigged. That's a lot of rigged.
That's like the fucking 2016 Democratic primaries rigged.
He laugh tracked it. I knew he was gonna. And it's okay.
Fucking, I need someone to help me get over. I ain't gonna be you two cunts.
Something to take it over. The main thing that just... I don't know, it does feel kind of like a political fucking climate kind of rigged. That's a good point. There is a very holy shit that's rigged element to it, as opposed to a little rigged. A little bit of rigging. What is this? What the hell did I walk into? Said, what did you ever... Oh, we're just talking about fun things that were rigged. Fun rigging things.
Had a hell of a show today.
It has been a hell of a show.
Left
Bastard
nuts.
Beast killed off our show because he has deleted all of his videos. We were totally going to watch everything and have a good time and enjoy it. And enjoy his work and appreciate his art. But he decided that we don't deserve that. And we're not good enough for that.
And so here we are, and Tonka is bitching about how the voice...
Bitching about cheating a little.
This is how we transition into commentary about the Hollywood elite, right?
Is it about to happen?
I don't know. Probably
Is it
not.
about to happen? Or are we about to talk about the elite here?
I mean, can if you want.
You can if you want, he says.
I said we can
Fucking
if you
guy.
want.
I
I
don't
guess that's
know.
not the worst thing.
Bit of pertinent that happened 24
News.
hours.
News, he says.
Yeah,
Hit the
well,
news button.
You remember that fucking clip I played from the chick caught on the hot mic at Project Veritas?
I do remember this.
Yeah, and she's talking about how, like, 3 years ago, she had the Epstein shit, and she convinced the witnesses to talk to her, and then there was all that pressure. Well, the reaction to that is CBS fired the staffer who leaked it.
What? Oh, they found. I was wondering who got that. So they found the guy?
It was a chick.
Oh.
Alright, this hot mic thing, this happened at ABC. This person
Oh.
took a copy of that and then, out of protest, quit the show, quit the network, went over and worked for CBS. They found out who it was, and after finding out who it was, CBS News fired this woman for leaking this audio. So, you have these two news organizations. They get together. They think, this stuff comes out. What are we going to do about it? Okay, you're not going to admit that you've quashed the Epstein stuff. There's not going to be any of that shit. What you're going to do is you're going to track down the person who leaked it and fire them. This has been their response. They won't give
lad.
They won't give any comment about anything that was said. They just did this behind the scenes. This is their move. And see, the thing is, the chick that got fired for leaking it, she got fired from CBS. Like,
she got fired.
She's now at a different network, so she hasn't done anything over here.
But they fired her from CBS for what she did at ABC.
Yes.
Whew. Well, to be fair, all right. Devil's advocate, they got to think they can't trust her because she might do that to them too. But what would be the issue with trusting this person with putting the truth out? Because they put the truth out, and this person seems to care a lot more about the truth than a paycheck. And that's it. Look, when you talk about being about that life and you do the shit to be about that life, you got to expect this.
Obviously, they didn't.
At the same time, I would hope that, like this Project Veritas group or whatever, I hope they offer him a job.
Oh, fuck a Project Veritas. They're good people. They do their best. But, I don't think they wanted this chick around their Epstein news. Like, oh, we don't want her letting out of the bag what we knew for the past fucking 6 years. So
Don't want to give access to that broad.
I mean, to me, this sounds like a ripe case for wrongful termination. Because I don't see how she could have done anything deserving of being fired from the CBS end of things.
The CBS.
But yeah, this is, if you thought there was a difference between one news work and another, if you thought they all weren't one gigantic living fucking organism that is the mainstream media, here's your proof.
Everything is everything.
Different branches of the same fucking tree. I mean, if CBS, if they were like really gave a shit, why wouldn't you interview this woman? You've got gold. working for you right now. You could have like propped her up on a pedestal and said, "This is the woman that was brave enough to do blah 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 blah."
They could.
You could have made like this story out of this, and you could have like made it about. You could have even gone the feminist angle if you want to go the fucking SJW route. The fact that this woman was, fucking trying to expose toxic masculinity that was sexually preying on young girls. And how she's a hero for, not only getting this out, but also leaving the network that tried to cover it up. They could have made a hero out of this woman. And that would have actually got them over with a lot of people. That would have been a good news story. That's what somebody who is actually interested in making legitimate news. That's a story you might pick up if you were a legitimate news network.
Is it though?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I wrong? Where?
You know what I hate about it?
That I'm
I'm
right.
gonna be honest. This is what I've been kind of pondering on with the whole thing. It's this this lack of incentivization to. There's no incentive whatsoever to tell the truth anymore. That's kind of a problem. I see that as a problem anyway. Like I think that's bad.
A little bit.
I think that's a bad thing.
Well,
Telling the truth is punished harshly.
if it isn't obvious by now, the mainstream media is not in the truth-telling business. They are in the lie-telling business and the truth-keeping business.
The truth hiding business, you say?
They keep the truth, they hide the truth, and they print the lies. That's the fucking media. And if anyone exposes that, fire him. Get rid of him. Nail him to a wall.
But all right. The thing
Are
I'm
you
gonna ask
gonna
about
try
this,
and
though.
defend this?
Let him try.
Yeah, I'm.
Give
cracking
him.
my knuckles here,
Let's
thinking-
let somebody try to put. I tried to a second ago. I get from the business point of view. If you're trying to hold something down and this person's going to leak it, no matter where they're at, yeah, you probably don't want them there if you're going to try to hold shit down. However, that doesn't mean that holding shit down is good.
This is not Julian Assange. This is not the person that came out and said, "This is the corruption that's happening." They're not telling you. This is the person that you find out the corruption they're happening, and she ran and said, "Yeah, I knew that." She didn't break the story. She just kind of said, "Well, yeah, I knew about that." And that's it does talk about covering shit up, but I mean, at the same time, it's not like she made that stance when this happened and then got fired, and then people would be in an uproar for a good reason.
I think you're under a slight misconception about what actually happened. The person who got fired was not the chick that was recorded.
Oh, okay.
The person who got
There was
fired.
somebody that worked there at that time, though.
Yes,
or
there
they-
was somebody that worked
It was.
there
It
at
was the
that
one
time
that leaked it out. It was a.
that had
This is my understanding. A staffer that worked there at the time was the one that leaked it out.
Yes.
But were they there at the time that this interview happened? And they knew about it for a couple years, and I'm finally coming out now.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know the exact timeline, but this chick, this staffer, had access to that recording of that hot mic. They took that. They then left the company. They then went and worked for CBS, and then they leaked it to Project Veritas.
Yeah, I mean,
And then they
again,
got fired from CBS.
That's the thing where it was like they were part of like, okay, fine, this is a cover up, whatever, and then they got fired from the company or left to work at another company, whatever the circumstances are, and then now they're gonna come out and say like, oh, this happened.
That makes me really unhappy. But I get it. Please believe me when I'm telling you, this makes me really unhappy.
Don't you think that this news anchor and the person who actually leaked it knew for a fact, based on being in the industry, that no news organization would print this story?
Yeah, I mean that is possible.
The only
That is
way to get
possibly
it
the
out.
thought process behind it.
Well,
Because there has been interviews
am
with
I
these people,
wrong?
but it's
Look at what
been
they did to her.
the interview that she wanted to get for that news show that person has spoke out before, so it's not like that's a completely um
Who's she gonna speak to? What's
well,
she
she
gonna
spoke
do?
to the
Go to?
Miami Herald before, and I didn't see the rest of the huge news companies coming to interview her. So
So what? One news article got put into print, and people don't even read newspapers anymore.
yeah, basically. I think I
So
think it was published
she spoke.
online too, but
She spoke to somebody about the story. It got zero traction. It
yeah.
got completely buried, and she's like, "Well, do I fucking risk my livelihood trying to bang this out, or do I just keep my job, pay my bills?" Because this news anchor, the chick that said this, she's got 5 kids, so she has responsibilities.
I'm glad it never even came down to her.
Yeah.
Lives of the Land of the Milk and Honey. See, Viable Ninja is saying something that I have missed the beginning of, so I have no idea what he's on about now. That is so unfortunate. But
Talking about energy drinks.
I'm just, okay. I get why CBS did it, but understand that I don't think it's a good reason. I get the reason, but it's not a good reason, and it's very telling on where we are at as far as can the truth come out?
Look, I can understand.
Do they tell the truth?
I can understand the angle of, okay, well, now we obviously can't trust this woman. But if you have a look at what she actually did,
She told the truth.
she told the truth. And she
She did
exposed
the
a
right thing.
news organization that was protecting a pedophile. These sound like things that should be lauded.
I think so.
You know, back in the day, they might have even given this chick some sort of medal. Something. I don't know.
Coffee mug or something.
Yes.
They would have gave her a nice mug, a paperweight.
Employee of the month.
Employee of the month, maybe.
I don't know, man.
No, I'm with you. Something. You would be rewarded, maybe. It feels like, like these days, if you were to break the Watergate story, you would have to be held up in Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems to me
Change
like
my mind.
what this woman did was morally correct and upstanding. It was a righteous action. There was some fucking news where these people who had immense power to sway public opinion had this story on a very high profile sex ring pedophile group, and they quashed it.
Quashed it, you say? God.
This should have been enough to bring that news organization down. These revelations should be enough to discredit ABC forever and burn it down. But we live in the post-truth era. truth isn't important anymore.
The post-evidence era, where
Yeah.
evidence is condemned. Fuck.
Yes. It's fucking shitty and it's sad and it's kind of memey, but it's true.
Yeah. I hate this.
Oh, MK Thales in the chat. The ABC whistleblower is fired, but the White House fake whistleblower is protected and lauded.
You are on to something. Okay. This is something interesting to compare it to. It would be different if we didn't have the exact same things happening at the exact same time. Yeah. Okay, so two people giving out two completely different types of information. One protected, the other the opposite. Has anybody made like an interesting comparison to this in any kind of mainstream anything? I'm really glad Thales pointed that out because it really would have flown by me until probably halfway down the road today. I'd been like, you know, there's kind of a thing happening right now, and I would have sat there and talked to myself about it.
See, that's the thing. I'm not even sure what this whistleblower from the. I'm not sure exactly who he's talking about, so no, I wouldn't have made that connection.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought about it until halfway down the road. This is one of those times where I wish Thales didn't have to, do what he has to do through the day, and I could just come here and tell me the thing because he probably has kept up with it a lot more than me.
Well,
Val, your politics, people. There we go. Never mind. Hey. Okay.
Yeah.
Val, what is
talking about though? There's a couple of different things that have happened lately. There's obviously the impeachment ones, and the whole leaks from Ukraine. Then there's
Was there a
more recent ones.
Was there a White House staffer recently that released some fake information and they were protected and given head pats?
Well, the verdict's not out on that, but
So that's a yes.
there was another one where Trump's stepson supposedly okayed, he greenlit the killing of what was that journalist's name a year ago in Saudi Arabia?
Are you saying that Trump greenlit the murder of a journalist?
Well, no, it was the way it was is his stepson, and then he greenlit the arrest of that guy, and then he was murdered. Yeah, that was a recent link that came out, but the White House is denied.
Okay, that sounds wacky.
Okay, how's this person being treated? Like a hero? Is this leaker getting praise from the mainstream media? I assume that they are because it's anti-Trump.
I mean,
you can say yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I have a feeling the answer is yes, man.
I have no idea how selfish. I don't know that the identity of him has been thrown out.
If I know the mainstream media, they will be protecting this witness. This alleged witness,
well, even if they're not protecting him, right now they're covering it. They're talking about how it's a whistleblower and all this shit. They're not talking about this.
Yeah.
This person got fired and nobody fucking cares.
They're gonna be acting like this person is a hero. They're gonna be blowing up the story and they're gonna be fuck Trump. Completely different treatment.
I hate that it gets this way to where things only go if they can be used at a certain angle. And this thing with fucking Epstein, like you can listen to the audio where they're like, "Yeah, we're holding the story down. We're gonna just do that." And then the person who leaked it out, yeah, they're fired from another company. They don't even work there anymore. There's a lot of problems here.
Not only that, compare the actual stories themselves. Okay, based on what you just said. There was a reason why Jared Kushner, for some reason, wanted this person to be arrested. while in arrest, whoever was responsible for arresting him killed him. That's not. I don't necessarily put that on Jared Kushner, and I'm not a fan of Jared Kushner at all. But you
Okay.
have that. You have somebody asking, okay, this person for some reason we want them arrested. Alright, so that's kind of shitty. And then they end up dying in custody. Well, that's not your fault, but you know, your actions kind of led to that in a certain way. And then you have over here a news network covering a child sex ring and a pedophile. And then
Like,
firing the person who leaked the information.
I'm gonna be all right. Here's the thing with the Epstein thing. The word pedophile, we talk about. Oh, it gets used too much and all this other stuff. Honestly, in this case, I think it's getting used too much because it's not. It doesn't encapsulate everything.
Well, he was more
Slavery.
He was
Oh no,
more than
I
a
get, but
pedophile.
slavery, child slavery.
Sex trafficking ring.
Yes. He wasn't just like looking at pictures. He wasn't just, touching on a few kids. No, this was
No,
huge.
he was
And
the
when you hear pedophile, the first thing you go to the
the
fucking
creepy
van
guy in
and,
the basement.
yeah, the creepy guy in the van. This is big. This is massive scale shit.
Yeah. This isn't your local weed smoker, okay? This is the guy that brings the cocaine in from fucking Colombia.
This is the Pablo Escobar of sex crimes.
Yes, of pedophiles.
Yeah.
He's the supplier for the demand.
So when you hear that story is being held down,
Which should be a massive fucking story.
it'd be a really big, scary story, yeah.
Especially considering the people connected to it.
Yeah.
I mean, in the minds of the average person, when they hear about who was involved, this is a massive story.
Yes.
As much as the media tries to downplay it and act like it isn't a story, everyone that hears it knows that it is. We all see how big it is. They keep telling us that it's not a big deal. We know they're full of shit.
It's about as big of a deal as there can be. Piggy Nick says, selling humans makes more money than selling drugs, question mark? Yeah. When we're talking about fucking selling human beings, I imagine a human being fetches a pretty penny. I've never bought and sold one myself, but I imagine human beings go for quite a fucking price there. Can we get a price check on a people?
I imagine the price per key is larger, but I also imagine that the market is smaller. I mean, drugs, that's billions.
Well,
of
your
dollars.
clientele is a lot richer.
Yeah, well, okay, so to buy a person, yeah, it's going to be massively expensive, but there's only so many people that are doing that. Whereas there's more people using drugs. So that's billions of dollars, because you just have a larger market. I imagine the drugs trade is making a lot more money than the human sex trade. But I think that's based on supply and demand.
Just a human heart is worth 1 million, said Nico.
Yeah.
Yikes. I don't want to know where he went and checked.
Well, there
I don't
have been a lot of
I don't want to know where the blue book on that is.
Well, that's been a massive problem in China. Political dissidents and people with low credit scores, shit like that, they've been disappearing. And their organs turn up on the black market for the rich to buy.
Okay, is that a hypothesis
No.
or is that a thing where we can draw direct links to?
This is something that has been reported on before. The missing people that have in China, the black market, organ trade. This has been touched on numerous times. Speculation.
The speculation. Jesus.
A conspiracy theory.
The idea that there are humans out there and they're everything. You know, it's just they're being shipped around and sold, and that it's happening around America. Like, this is right off the coast of America is where his island was.
Yeah,
right beside America.
Who do you think's
The
buying,
land of the free. Go ahead.
Who do you think's buying those hearts? It ain't the Chinese.
Dude, that's creepy. That's creepy shit. And we're not allowed to talk about it. And you imagine some of those sick, yeah, they probably were harvested for some organs or some shit. I don't fucking know. It's nothing but the worst shit comes to mind when I start thinking of fucking shipping around children as slaves. For any purpose. Nothing but the worst things come to mind. So, yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. There was an article dropped in the chat. I don't know whether you want me to bring it up on screen.
What was it?
Probably shouldn't. There is one picture here of what appears to be a real.
Oh, that might not be no. That's probably no good.
It's in,
Well, what is the article? Is it explaining the prices and all that?
Futurist. It's like how much is life worth, and talking about blah 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 blah.
Mm.
You know, a rare butterfly costs $200 on eBay. You could harvest every organ and chemical in your body. You could make 45 million.
And there you go. Dead Birds says free. Yes, right. Don't make me laugh. Look, we've had that conversation before, but I'm just saying, like, the idea that you have, like, the gimmick of America is the home, you know, the home of the brave and land of the free. Well, right by the land of the free is this island where this guy had this fucking sex slave ring going that was children. And you get shit if you talk about it now. You'll get fired. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Even for the marketing of America, that this is what was next door to the land of the free. Maybe you should consider doing something. Just saying. I'm just saying. Looks bad on the fucking resume. Slacker threw one to say human at base cost just for where you break down the body is like $20 for the metals. The organs are name your price mostly. Billy Senpai Wonder Emporium and thrown too earlier to say she, Dottie and Pee Wee, she's a puppy in that. Okay, she's Dottie and Pee Wee. So that's who E.G. Daily was in that fucking Pee Wee movie. Glad to know. But yeah. Glad Slacker could clear that up. Slacker he is the price guy on everything. Like if we were that pawning show and the guy walks up to me, he's like, "Oh, I've got a guy." Slacker is kind of that guy. You know, I got a guy. He knows the prices on like everything. He'll price video games, trading cards, and apparently human organs. I got a guy. It's fine. So I don't know. I'm not a politics guy, but it seems like a pretty exciting time politically. Like as far as like, you know, leaks coming out and you have scandals and all this shit. So at least political people have something to talk about right now, but it does seem like things are being kind of unfairly done on one end. And again, like I hate that the Epstein thing is political, but we all know it is. Just because of who is involved and who is a player in the story. It's a political story. So it is treated as such instead of the scandal that it should be. I'm not big on that. I'm not big on that at all. But it's what we have now. This is the situation we're in.
Yeah, Tim Pool, he's got content for days, so does Sticks.
Well, I linked an interview the other day that was done with an attorney that was involved in court hearings with Epstein a year ago, and he did actually seem to say that Trump was one of the few people that cooperated with him. He was like actively like, yeah, I'll give you as much time as you need. What do you want to talk about? So I don't know if you could trust a lawyer on 100%, but I don't know. It's at least somebody saying that, and the lawyer's story does kind of fit with what I've heard as the narrative of him being thrown out of there and like him being banned from Mar-a-Lago and different things like that. So
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Oh, good. Oh, Jacob is his stream yesterday was awesome, dude. Jacob was playing a video game on Twitch, and it's pretty interesting. Twitch now does a thing where, what's the word we're looking for here? You can play along with the streams, and I don't think YouTube has this, but it's a thing where you can play along. Like you're playing a game as a chat member. I don't know what this is called. Is Sisu around? Sisu knows what it was called.
Go to Streamylabs.
Ah, shit. Hold on, I can find this. I am grown. I can find this. Damn it. Slack Roll Movies for one, he said, I will not price bodies or body parts or run a clean business, but I may know a guy who knows another guy, and there's a cousin who can tell you the price for this type of thing. Fair play. Jebber says, I don't trust a single thing the media is selling right now on any story. I kind of don't either. And also, I think someone said that this is just something that Borderlands does with Twitch. And that sucks. I think a lot of games should get in on this. This is great. I had a good time with it. I was watching Jacob's stream, and you participate in the stream, and the game puts you into the game. You go through a type of program or an extension, or I don't remember what it's called, and it puts you in the game, and everybody in the chat can kind of like they level up together, and you're like a mob or some shit. I don't fucking know, but it was a good time. And Jacob had a good time with it playing it. The people in the chat had a good time playing along in it, and with like you vote on what you're gonna do next and shit like that. It's a good time. I was very impressed with it. It was Sisu who clued me into it and kind of told me how to do the deal, and I am glad he did. I enjoyed it. It was very different from most other streams I've ever. Like I've seen some of the little participation things you can do. Like some games will name people in the game after people and shit like that. But this was very involved. Like there was a lot of shit that it did, and it was pretty fucking cool. I really liked it. Jacob has a clip now of him absolutely destroying the character that I got, just fucking ruining me. I think he dispatched me in about a minute or two once he saw me. But yeah, it was good shit. It was a good time. Does anyone know what the hell that shit's called? I do not. If anybody figures out the damn name of it, just like spam it at me in the Discord and I will put it over because that's a cool little program. I do not hate it. It's cool shit.
I'm sure I'll catch up eventually and name it.
That was awesome. It was an awesome little project. And it's not like I think it's done by like a small studio or something. I'm pretty sure it's done by a big company who does the Borderlands thing. But I think other companies need to get in on this. I think they need to jump on it while they can. Make it cool. Make it a thing to where, you know, people kind of expect this out of their video games. No one has any idea what it's called. Gearbox makes Borderlands, so yeah, it's going to be something from Gearbox. By the way, here's something interesting about Gearbox that happened recently. Not a lot of people have talked about this. There was a very famous rumor about the guy who runs Gearbox. I don't know if you've ever heard this, but that he had went to a medieval time. Stop me if you don't know this.
I don't know this.
But he had okay.
Stop.
I'm glad I get to tell you. Or stop me if you do know this one. My bad. You're not gonna know this one. But he goes to medieval times, and yeah, there just so happens to be a USB that's left there that's supposed to have child pornography on it. And this has been a rumor that goes on for years and years and years. No evidence really ever comes up of it or anything. Yeah, well, here recently. Turns out, yeah, that's fucking not true. Pretty recently saw a thing where, yeah, it turns out that was some bullshit. People were just saying shit. Imagine that.
Okay, now
People never do that.
Now I gotta stop you. I have heard this one.
Oh, you have heard this one.
Yeah, people just
You've
saying
heard
shit,
this one?
you know, without evidence. I've heard that one.
You've heard that one?
Yeah. I'd have heard
I
that
thought you
once or
might have.
twice.
I thought you might have. Only once or twice? Today. You've heard it once or twice today, he says. I hate that. It's like you were talking about with the old post-truth world deal. The post-evidence reality. Bastard Beast has got it, man. The world condemned evidence. It doesn't deserve evidence anymore.
Well,
We don't deserve evidence.
I, for one, disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah.
How could you disagree with such a noble and obviously true sentiment?
I just, I don't know, man. Bastard Beast, something about him doesn't jive. I don't trust him.
What about him does not jive? What are you even on about?
He just doesn't seem like, you know, a reliable source of,
How could you say such a
information to me.
thing?
Well,
How the fuck?
he deleted all of these streams. How can I trust him?
What do you mean, how can you trust him?
He promised.
If you can't trust him, who can you
He
trust?
promised there would be more if we talked about it. He lied to me.
He lied to you.
How can I trust him?
He
And
did
see-
lie to you.
And see, that's the thing. If a person lies to you just once, you stop trusting them. But then you have these fucking mainstream media organizations, the news networks that lie to you every day, and you keep trusting them. You wouldn't trust it if that was a person.
No.
If you met a person that was that full of shit and lied to you that many fucking times, you wouldn't listen to a word that came out of their mouth. Yet we're still supposed to trust these motherfuckers, according to them. And a lot of people still do.
I don't.
And that's a fucked up place to be in, because I find myself doing the same thing sometimes.
I hate it because I know that there are people in my family. There are people in your family. There's people in everybody's family who you know they only take what the mainstream media says. Nothing else counts. Nothing else can count. You know these people. We all know these people.
Night Beast asked me, so he goes, Akujin, who controls the media? I think that's obvious at the moment, that it's obviously controlled by Bastard Beast.
Bastard Beast!
Yes.
You think Bastard Beast... He is the bad actor.
Well,
He is the decider.
he's the one preaching the no evidence thing. And that seems to be exactly what they're following. Bit of a coincidence, don't you think?
What's a bit of a coincidence? That seems like by design. What do you mean? Oh there, bud.
It's the old noggin jogging.
The old noggin be jogging.
But yeah, if you want a serious answer, Jabbers has it.
Oh, you want to see it? You threw it off on Jabbers. You're fucked up.
No, he's right.
No, what did Jabbers say?
The FBI, CIA, and NSA, indirectly. Media's controlled by the deep state. It's always been a propaganda tool. The only thing that's changed is it's become less truthful and more blatant in its lies.
Okay, well, that's kind of the thing, right?
Well, you have to ask yourself too, though. Like, I mean, what are lies? You know?
What are lies?
We should have a stream about ethical lying and what is a lie. Invite on Ralph, AP. Oh yeah.
What are lie?
Warski.
What are lie?
Well, there was lying in the media before this. In mainstream media, it's just directed in a different direction. That's the weird thing about it. I don't know. It seems like either side are just willing to say whatever needs to be said, push their ideas.
The question I always have for you is, do you think that it's new? I know that you are kind of in that mode of, it's a new day, motherfucker. I know that you've kind of been in that mood lately. Are you kind of thinking that some of this shit is kind of new and hokey, or are you still in that mode? Because you kind of you don't give as many fucks as you did about 2 weeks ago.
It's not really anything new. I mean, we spent a long time, talking about how Iraq had weapons of mass destruction and they didn't, and that was, it. Whatever the narrative that needs to be pushed at the time, that's what's going to be pushed. That's what scares me about like silencing, smaller creators, YouTubers, news agencies.
My thing
online.
when I say this to you though is like, you know why this happens.
Yeah.
You have to know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's money involved. It's money being involved in politics in general,
So when
and
these little dipshits start costing like real money, when they start costing motherfuckers actual money, they don't have time for that shit no more. You can't be out here costing the big boys money.
God damn.
They don't play that shit. You know that. We all know this, right? You can't be out here costing the big boys money.
oh, where are they getting the money though? They're getting it from all this shit like cover-ups and bribes and shit like that.
Alright, you want to hear something fucked up? I just tried to Google a quote, right? Because I remember this quote. It's from the 50s or 60s. It was back in the days of print media. I can't remember the guy, and I can't remember the exact quote, but he basically said, "There is not a man alive that will put his honest opinions in the news. We are actually being paid to keep our opinions out of the news." if someone were to write their honest opinions in the news, they would be out on the street tomorrow morning. I tried searching for this quote, and the shit that came up, one of the things that came up is an article by The Conversation. Facts are not always more important than opinions. Written by the lecturer of critical thinking in the University of Queensland. Some of the headlines, some of the bold prefaces in this article include "Not all facts are true."
Not all facts are true. Not all facts are. Who said that? Whose quote is this?
Peter Ellerton.
Okay.
He
Did you
said-
find the guy who came up with the quote that you were
No,
talking about?
No, I can't find it. Probably because I used Google. I tried Googling a different part of the quote, and men are paid to keep their opinions out of the news, and all I'm getting is bullshit on the fucking air quotes gender pay gap in Australia. Fuck you, Google. I tried searching for this thing 2 different ways. First time it gave me bullshit about how, opinions are more important than facts. Facts aren't important. And the second time I get bullshit about how men get paid more than women.
So you're getting bullshit both times.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat has heard the quote that I'm actually talking about. Yeah. I'm having trouble finding it.
I've heard this quote. I don't know who came up with this quote.
So you have heard it.
I've heard this quote. It seems it's something I've heard, but I don't know where.
It was a large editor or an owner of a newspaper organization. Pre-80s.
Yeah, I've heard this.
See, I'm not fucking crazy, because out of the 3 people in this call, I'm not the only one of those 3 people that has heard this quote, and I can't find it. Don't you think I should be able to find something like that when I narrow the search down so specifically? Floyd79 says Robert Maxwell. Alright, let's search for Robert Maxwell.
I don't know who that is.
Robert Maxwell is a British media proprietor. Born 10th June 1923, died in 91. I searched this name, and there is a page here full of stuff shitting on him.
Who the fuck is he? Jabber says the person you're looking for is John Swinton.
Well, Robert Maxwell is apparently Ghislaine Maxwell's father, and he was a British media proprietor. So, John Swinton.
We've come full circle.
Did we do it, Reddit?
I don't know, the guy that came up was a theologian, so this doesn't match with what I know either.
You guys are fucking up out here. Or is the lore getting jacked?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. Fucking guy. Jabbers gave you a link and said follow that link. I wonder what's gonna be here. Bible Ninja is pointing out that he doesn't want opinions in the news. Well, yeah, of course. But a lot of facts get kept out of the news. But I know the quote he's talking about that sent him down this weird path of other shit.
Okay, this guy is a Scottish-American journalist, newspaper publisher. When I put in John Swinton quote, I get a completely different set of results from just John Swinton. When I search for John Swinton, some theologian comes up that lives in the UK. When I put quote in, the author comes up, John Swinton, who was born in 1830 and died in 1901. This is going to be the guy that said the shit, because he's got quotes on liberty. One of them, there is no such thing in America as an independent press. Bam! There it is. Former head of editorial staff for the New York Times. Called the dean of his profession.
The dean of his profession. Well, there you go. Taku says to ban the train, he knows too much. Nico says, wasn't it illegal at one time to have biased news? Oh, that's so long ago. Oh.
Isn't that cute?
Imagine that. What a
Howdy,
weird
y'all.
world that is. Eric's!
I'm a little late. Sorry about that.
Look at this guy.
Fucking rocking up late, acting like nothing happened.
Hey,
I tried to drink an energy drink early this morning, but I had been drinking them like all night. So I just kind of like did that energy crash thing.
Fuck this guy. Let him talk. I'm going to the bathroom. Let him superstar this shit up.
So how's everybody doing? What's going on?
We live in a society.
Ah, shit.
I know,
We
right?
do?
One of those days.
It's just one of those days where you don't want to make up.
Everything is fucked
What
and
you saying?
everybody sucks.
Yeah, that. But do they know about the chainsaw?
What?
The chainsaw.
What?
The chainsaw.
The motherfucking chainsaw?
Yeah, that. Motherfucking chainsaw.
Come and get it. Anyway, I did manage to track down this quote, and yeah, it was said in 1880. He was a preeminent New York journalist at the time. There is no such thing at this date of the world's history in America as an independent press. You know it, and I know it. There is not one of you who dares to write your honest opinions, and if you did, you know beforehand that it would never appear in print. I am paid weekly for keeping my honest opinions out of the paper I am connected with. Others of you are paid similar salaries for similar things, and any of you who would be so foolish as to write your honest opinions would be out on the streets looking for another job. If I allowed my honest opinions to appear in one issue of my paper, before 24 hours, my occupation would be gone. The business of journalism is to destroy the truth, to lie outright, to pervert, to vilify, to fawn at the feet of Mammon, to sell his country and his race for his daily bread. You know it, and I know it. And what folly is this, toasting an independent press? We are the tools and vassals of rich men behind the scenes. We are the jumping jacks. They pull the strings and we dance. Our talents, our possibilities, and our lives are all the property of other men. We are intellectual prostitutes.
Sick.
And this was the sentiment in 1880. This was back when print media was king.
Oh, by the way, apparently people did not hear me say howdy. It's actually the first thing I said. I said howdy, y'all.
Accurate.
But howdy, anyway.
He did say howdy. But yeah.
He did.
So
I came back to a very depressing quote.
that's the way things were back then. And nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed is the medium. And you can see that clear as day in the story that we just talked about.
Akujin, you read that very well. You made it sound very, what's the word, like serious and foreboding and shit.
Well, I'm very passionate
Listen to
about
him.
this stuff.
This
You
is
should do
the
that
shit
when
he
you read
cares about.
everything.
Well, also, I've read that before many times. I know which parts to emphasize. I know what's important. This isn't the first time I've ever read that. This isn't a super chat. This is something important. This is something people need to remember.
And that was back in what, the 1800s?
Something like that.
1880, he said this. When he
Late
was the
1800s.
chief editor for the New York Times.
Man, just thinking about the fact that New York Times was around back then, that's pretty crazy shit.
Man, newspapers have been around ever since the printing press. That was the, 1880s? 1800 invention? Early 1800s? Earlier, maybe? I don't know. And, yes, Drain Sergio, your super chats are important, unless they're stickers. However...
Super stickers are not important, though.
That.
I really don't like the idea that it's kind of in the conscious where like the news is just now corrupt, because that's really dumb.
I thought it was bullshit a long time ago. I didn't think it was as bullshit as back in the 1800s, but long before Trump started calling it fake news, I thought it was.
I imagine it was worse before.
Because I would say, you know, when I think the only place that gives you, I mean, if you want to call it a slant, the only place that gives you the right side of the news would be Fox News, whereas almost every single other like news
Really?
on TV would be.
I hear Obama wasn't born in the U.S.
I'm
I
not
was about to
disputing that.
say, it all depends on who's in power. I mean, at the moment, Fox News is more credible than, you know...
I'm not talking about credibility. I'm talking about slant. And I thought Fox News was basically the only people with the right wing, the only right wing network for a long time, and whereas everybody else was left wing. I wasn't saying who was right or wrong with their news.
Right. Well,
They are more
even
conservative.
Fox News is biased.
Lean, and there's some. As far as like the major ones on TV, I guess they would be the big one, but.
Yeah, the way I looked at it was since there's so many ones with a left wing slant, then obviously it's hard to get. And there's only one with the right wing. I guess it's just yeah, there's only everybody's kind of leaning one way. One people's leaning this way. It's like, yeah,
Well, I think it all depends on the political environment. I was thinking about this just yesterday. I was thinking about Fox News, and I'm a big fan of Tucker Carlson. I like the guy. And out of all the shit that I've seen since I've been really watching him since, 2016, yeah, I'm a fan. But something occurred to me like a few days ago, and, you know, I can't trust Tucker just because I like him now. Because I guarantee you, back when George W. Bush was pushing WMDs in Iraq, I guarantee Tucker would have been propping that up. And that was one of the most egregious lies, not only told to the American people, but also to my country, in order to get us involved in this bullshit war. And I guarantee fucking Tucker would have been towing that line.
I think the main
I would
thing,
at least check that he did that before you're like, I don't trust that guy anymore.
I think the
Just
main
kind of
thing to do
assuming.
isn't really to assume
I have
one
a feeling.
person is going to give you a fair overview of everything, and to check it as many places as you can. And I know it's hard to do with every story, but
We should have Pinoid News on at least once a week to discuss the politics and the news. How
Yeah,
against this would you be?
I wouldn't
I'm not against it.
necessarily be against this, but
Oh, wow.
he's busy
Pinoid's
running a
funny.
small media company.
He is. He's a small business owner, small media company.
Yeah, he's busy running his small business.
Yeah. So I don't know, Chat. Would you be against Pinoid News coming on once a week to discuss the news topics of the week? I
He's
noticed
honestly
Val
got a
didn't
better
say
take on news and shit than I do, because he probably tries to keep up with that shit.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Otaku Reborn just reminded me. What about back in Columbine? I mean, I imagine all of Fox News would have been pushing the whole violence in video games and music caused.
You know he did.
Was
I
Fox
guarantee-
News?
You know he
How long
fucking
has Fox
did.
News been on the air? I feel like Fox News wasn't. Is it
They've
around?
been around for a minute, man. And you know he fucking did, Akujin.
Yeah,
Don't at me.
I know he did. I don't know it, but I'm pretty sure.
He's like, I don't know it, but I fucking know it.
I'm 90% certain. I would be
I don't know, but I
surprised.
know.
I would be so surprised if it didn't happen. And that's the thing. So even the people that I like today, I have to remind myself that I can't trust these motherfuckers because they would have lied to me yesterday.
well, you have to look at what is a lie again, and that's what I keep getting at.
What is lie?
Baby,
Is he
don't
lying, or is
hurt
that what
me.
he truly believes, and he could be wrong about it? But
But yeah,
that's,
there is that.
What is lie?
Are they lying or are they saying what they believe?
I don't know.
Which I guess it would be a lie
Look,
to you, but not to them.
The WMD thing in Iraq, that was so obviously bullshit from the start.
oh yeah, I was against it too, but
I ain't need no more. I can't even.
So
believe
was
shit.
that a lie?
Was
that a lie, Fal?
too.
The people that were pushing that, were they lying?
obviously it wasn't true. It was what we were told was true.
So was that a lie?
So if somebody tells you something's true and it's not so true,
Well,
I was
are the
too
people
young
telling
back
us
then
being
to
lied
care
to.
about that shit. I just kind of believed what I heard, didn't think about it. I would have been in like junior high and high school, so it was like, oh, there's WMDs in Iraq. Okay, cool, whatever.
cool. Fucking Alex.
Mm.
I wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, whatever.
cool.
Man. Let them have them. Great. I'm gonna go draw shit in the middle of class. Go home and play video games.
Hold on. Viable Ninja saying we equal news media press. Hold on. Fucking oh. Should we get like a Kumite news thing? Like, should we talk to Pinoid and get Pinoid and Akujin and Foul
Bad
to
idea.
start a news network?
God, don't even.
Bad idea.
Did you hear Foul? Oh God, no! That was so good.
The whole show would be those idiots talking about throwing me from a helicopter. You know it would.
Oh my God!
That
Look at
doesn't
him.
sound like Pinoid. Pinoid's a nice boy.
They had this conversation before.
I don't believe he would throw you from a helicopter. He's a good boy.
We still had.
And fakest news wherever they are.
We still had.
Alex is
conversation.
propagating fake news right now.
Krent said maybe we could get Augie and Boblax on to do toy reviews.
I gotta hold up. There's a comment from Jacob here that fucking killed me. Right?
Grab it.
Said also, Alex, a plane crashed into 2 buildings. It's like, because so I was saying that I didn't care about what was going on in the news back then. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, a plane crashed into a couple buildings. Oh, okay. Just in case you didn't know. Did you know about 9/11? I didn't know about 9/11. I had no idea that happened.
Yeah, they were
You
covered.
know, we
that,
don't really
that-
know.
that event was covered very heavily by Fix Media, who is the predecessor to Fox. Fox hasn't been around for very long.
It was not. Yeah, I looked it up. They came out in '96. I also don't know what the fuck Tucker was doing before he was doing the show.
Porn.
He is now. Was he?
No.
Just as long as we know that this is back in the good old days where the media told us the truth and we know everything that happened in 9/11 and nothing is weird and conspiratorial about it.
Nothing.
Nope. Everything's cool.
Thumbs up.
I used to do a show called Crossfire, and it was fucking brutal. It was fucking brutal, dude. Just not a good show at all. And Jon Stewart went on there once, and it was bad. Everything was bad.
Oh, you're talking about the time between Jon Stewart and Tucker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen clips of that.
That's the thing.
That was
I
a bad
like
day.
Jon Stewart too, but I've also caught him.
Well, yeah, I liked him and Colbert. And I didn't even mind them roasting everybody. That was hilarious back in the day. But now it's kind of like, I don't know, man.
Jon Stewart.
They went from being
Jon Stewart was
funny
always
on the left
more legitimate. I think. I mean,
yeah, they went from kind of left to extreme and doing, I don't know. It's just different.
Colbert used to be funny when he was pretending to be a right-wing media outlet.
That was it was funny and everybody laughed. It was like, that's funny. It's just like a right wing person.
But then...
And now he's pretending to be a talk show host who is actually a right-wing media outlet, and now it's not funny anymore.
I think it would be different if he could get off of the same subject every single week because it's always Trump.
Do you?
Well, I don't think the media can do that anymore.
Well, he's supposed to be a talk show host, not supposed to be like media coverage, and he's just eternally angry over everything Trump does, and it's like, well, that's kind of a thing with talk shows in general now. I want to say, except for Conan O'Brien, every time I watch him, he just doesn't even barely bring up politics unless something funny happens. But like Jimmy Kimmel's known for how he's gotten with just he can't shut up about Trump, and I get he's a polarizing figure and it's Donald Trump and everything, but it's like, can you move to another subject for just part of your show?
No.
You think a short segment of not Trump would kill them?
I know you're not going to get a lot of love around here for Jon Stewart, but his last thing that he did, I mean, that wasn't like a liberal thing. That was like a thing he believed in.
What was the last thing he did?
Fighting for the first responders.
I thought he got beat up by John Cena.
No, that was after that.
That did happen.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely did.
Ninja for 2 goes, Akujin, did Alex Jones lie? Y2K, still trust him?
Well, that's not just Alex Jones. That was everybody and their fucking mother on that Y2K shit, right?
Yeah, a lot of people believe that.
No.
I'm not surprised Alex Jones believes
You
that.
have to, people
that
didn't
wasn't-
understand computers. People still don't understand computers.
That was everyone.
Yeah, I don't know why that was a thing people thought would happen, but
I can
okay.
sort of see it, like, because they don't get, like you said, people don't understand computers, and it's like, okay, well,
For some
what
reason-
happened, we designed our computers to go up to a certain year, and then what's going to happen is they think, the big computers, the important computers, are going to malfunction because the dates are all fucked up. I mean, it's a little ridiculous, but at the same time, you're like, well, shit, maybe. You know. But it didn't happen, so everybody's alive and everybody's fine. All that happened was the clock had to be fixed.
Do you remember that was the biggest thing we were worried about in this fucking world?
Yeah, I remember that being massive. And I remember, like, people, like, literally going and buying rations and shit. But, I see the angle that Ninja is going at, and I do want to address it. I don't think you should really trust anyone. I think you should take every single thing individually and then see if it meets the litmus test. That includes Alex Jones. I don't think that anybody should ever be above scrutiny. I don't like appeals to authority. Even I've made them myself, and it's just a part of human nature. But I do not think. I think you should always be skeptical, and I don't think you should trust anyone off the bat when they're telling you that something is true.
Usually when I try to find out something, I go and look it up, like online, and then I just kind of look into it until I find what I'm looking for. I don't get it from somebody. I mean, I might hear about it, and maybe that's what piques my interest, but yeah, I go look into things instead of listening to the news.
Yeah, and
I think it was so weird before, though. I mean,
the people in
you,
the
you
chat.
talked about accuracy of the news, but I mean, there was a point in time where you couldn't just look it up. You're going to go to the library, and okay, this book said it, so it must be.
Yeah, that's yeah, the library.
Obviously, you can get so many different views on things now, but whose is worth listening to, and it usually depends.
I guess I could say the internet's a good thing in that regard because you can quickly find out who's full of shit.
I'm not gonna fucking Ninja. No, I'm not gonna risk getting this channel struck down by playing Alex Jones. Just to prove your point. I addressed your question. Not playing the clip.
What was the thing he said?
He wants us to play an Alex Jones clip.
Well, so what's so ridiculous about it? Did Alex Jones say we're all going to die?
What was the Y2K clip? Apparently, it's amazing. He keeps mentioning the Y2K
I don't know,
clip.
but
He said play the Alex Jones Y2K clip.
I imagine Alex Jones is saying what everyone was saying at the time, that Y2K is going to be the end.
Says Alex Jones lied his ass off, claiming war was happening in Europe, had tanks and bombs going off. He lied. Yeah, that sounds like Alex Jones going crazy over Y2K. I'm not at all
Alex
surprised.
Jones said that there was fucking war going off.
War going on, yeah.
Well, Alex Jones is one of those people that has been so severely misquoted every time he opens his mouth that I will have to have a listen to this myself. I'm not saying that you are not telling the truth, but I'm doing what I'm telling everyone else to do. I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm going to go have a look at it myself. And one of the things we're not going to do is we're not going to play an Alex Jones clip and risk getting the channel struck down or whatever, because Alex Jones has been kicked off of YouTube. I'm not going to play content that has been banned from YouTube. This is not the Ralph retort.
When you said Alex Jones been misquoted, like I've heard friends say he did a thing, like just like, okay, he did this, it was awful. And when I try to go find it, I can't find it, and I don't know if that's because
the media
he didn't say it, or if that it's just it was so long ago, and there's a million episodes of what his show, and it's just how am I supposed to find this particular thing if nobody decided to like title it and put it on YouTube?
Look, there is one specific rant that Alex Jones went on that was so severely misquoted in the media. They were running around saying that he said that Hillary Clinton literally killed children.
I don't think he said that.
No.
I think he said that interdimensional eating of children.
No, what he actually said was, the thing that they misquoted him on was because Hillary Clinton was responsible for starting all of these wars in the Middle East by propping up ISIS, blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Well, I've heard him say much crazier shit than that.
Yeah, but this is one of the ones that they ran with.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
They made out like they legitimately misquoted him and said, "Oh, this motherfucker's saying that Hillary Clinton's literally like killing thousands of children," whereas what he actually said was, "She's responsible for these deaths because of the wars that were started by her." So that is one of the ones that I can think of off the top of my head where Alex Jones was misquoted to all fuck.
That's not that insane of a take either. Kind of a people have said similar things about other people.
People say that about Trump, and he started zero wars.
Anytime somebody in power does something that will take lives, or intentionally or not, they're going to be like, that's all on your hands. It's blood on your hands.
So yeah, I'll have to go off and have a listen to this thing that you're talking about, but yeah, we're not playing it, man. Sorry, dude.
Not a big. If he is saying that war was going off in Europe during Y2K, which I would not doubt. I mean, this is Alex Jones, Akujin. That's a thing he would do. He says crazy shit.
I'm not saying it never happened.
I mean, that's a bit reckless.
Saying I'd like to hear it.
That's a bit reckless.
I think Alex Jones is a reckless in general. He says a lot of crazy
He's a bit reckless, yeah. That's kind of his thing, isn't it?
Yo, I defined my stance before, didn't I? That you should never take anyone's word as gospel. And you should always check things. And don't use, like, I don't care who it is. I don't care whether it's CNN. I don't care whether it's Alex Jones. I don't care whether it's me or Tonka. Do your own research. Think for yourself. Look into things for yourself. Educate yourself. No, Nico, I have not. That's probably been buried in 100 other things that I had to do.
Akujin's a busy man.
And yeah, Jessica, the bit you're talking about there with AJ claiming that claimed shortwave was shut down during Y2K. I mean, I don't know.
Kind of fucks me up that his name is actually just AJ. When you think about it, that's like, whoa. I know a lot of AJs. I just want to call him Alex Jones. Don't mix me up.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. I looked into the Discord. Apparently, Jim is adding Susan. Where's my money, Susan?
Oh, he's been doing that now for a while.
Oh, God. This is getting bad.
I think he's a little bit mad.
Oh, God.
Susan's not going to pay up. She's kind of an important.
I think Susan's done with you, Jim. I don't think she's into you, bud.
I don't think she gives a shit.
I'm not sure that she sweats you or the Sweetie Squad. Just saying.
Yeah.
I would love to see him try to take her to court. I really want to see that.
Dude, he fucking Susan Wojcicki is part of the people that fucking are responsible for canning Alex Jones. $1 million name. Millions of subscribers. You think she's even gonna like fart in Medica's general direction? Fuck no.
I don't know you.
That'd be like me expecting Susan Wojcicki to expect to have a conversation with her.
Don't know you, motherfucker. It's a bad day here. It's just a bad day. What is it? What is this? How does Jim have money owed to him with no video? It's very convoluted. Very convoluted deals going on, Jessica. It's better to just not think about it. Just don't think about it. Go along with it. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. It's very confusing. So, Tonka owed the Spurgs and get noticed by Mama Susan before Jim. Oh, own the Spurgs and get noticed by Mama Susan. How am I going to get noticed by Mama Susan? Somebody let her know that I'm the champion of YouTube. She needs to come have dinner with me.
I'm also the champion of YouTube,
Yeah,
but
Alex
not the
is
same.
Yeah, he's the other. He's the title is split. It's like the WBO title is. There is no lineal YouTube champion. This is good shit. So, ask her to have a talk with us. Come have dinner. Soup, salad, and breadsticks. Come on.
She should talk to the champion. Yeah, talk. I mean, that's the champion of her platform.
I'm getting noticed by Susan. It's like getting a black spot. Why does everyone keep putting that evil on me? Sergio, looking at. Oh, look at it. What is the yin thing, by the way? I've been wondering.
What yin thing?
The yin thing?
Everybody talks about the yin thing. What is the yin thing?
Yin like Japanese money? Or yin like yin yang?
Yin's is the superior yol. It's a made up word.
I don't know what it is. I am unfamiliar.
Yeah, well, apparently it's like yol.
I'm really unfamiliar. Japanese money, but all right. It's like when you're talking about the peoples, like the group of yins. It's like yin, like yin yang. I don't know. Nobody's gonna help me, are they?
I got no idea, man.
You got no idea.
You're on your own on this one.
Nobody knows. This is a Jessica thing.
Sorry, I was trying to listen to the Alex Jones thing. That's pretty crazy.
How crazy was it? Was he talking about war in the UK?
Yeah, Putin and tanks and nuclear power plants going offline and
That sounds like Alex Jones. What's the
It sounds very Alex Jones, I dare say. But sure,
the 90s were a rough time.
Do what?
The 90s were a rough time. There was a lot going on back then.
They were a thing. The 90s were definitely a thing. Oh, hold on. Make sure I got all the things here. I think I got everything. I think I did. We got all the Y2K references and that whole deal. We got all that. Scoot over here. It seems Jessica's shown me a thing, a Yinzer. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Okay. Word is used among people who identify themselves with the city of Pittsburgh. Got it! Got it. There we go. It's like a fucking hoser or a sooner. I don't know. All that shit. Viable Ninja 32 and said it was a live broadcast of this happening. What do you mean it was a live broadcast of it happening? Like, was he playing pretend tanks and saying it was happening?
Well, I'm guessing I haven't gotten that far into it enough.
Okay.
It sounds like it could be like maybe like War of the Worlds was.
Dude.
That's what I was thinking of as soon as you said that was War of the
You
Worlds.
can't do that. You can't do that, Alex Jones. Okay, you can't. Come on, guys. If he did that, that is fuckery of the highest order. Right?
It is.
Right?
I'll say it is 20 years ago. So,
I still
you know,
disavow.
yeah.
100% disavow. Come on. You can't do that.
I don't know if I'm gonna trust him next time he talks about who's eating babies.
Yeah, when he starts talking about the psychic vampires and the demons, I'm gonna tune it out and be like, I don't know if I can believe you anymore, Alex.
I don't know if I can believe you anymore, bud.
Yeah, this was the one that tipped me over the edge.
He did a radio drama of the end of the world during Y2K. He did that?
I don't know. I haven't
I'm only a
watched.
couple of minutes into it, so I don't know, but
Is there any context to this and like what happened the next day?
I'll tell you this, Akujin. I don't know if there's any context where the end of the world happened at Y2K. I don't
Is
think
there-
there's context for that.
I mean, what's his
context.
excuse
It
for
was
it the next day?
Y2K.
Why wasn't he done? Was
Yeah,
he-
why were we here the next day for the next Alex Jones? This is a great question. What was January 1st or January 2nd, depending on which day this aired here? The next day he was on air, what was that show like? The post-apocalyptic InfoWars.
Well, we're still here, people. We're still here.
What?
We survived Y2K.
We made it. What was that like? Come on, don't lie to me. I want to know. Come on, let's have a good time with this. What was
this is kind of
the day after tomorrow
a
show?
week I want to look into.
This seems like probably the best week of shows he could have done was the week after the end of the world show.
Also, was he doing the professional news thing at the time, or was it like?
I don't know
Has
how
he
long
ever
he's
been a
had it.
radio drama?
He's
Has that
done
ever been
stuff
his gimmick?
before InfoWars, but I don't know how crazy he was back then. I remember watching him do some Halloween show, and he's just carving up a pumpkin, and people are calling him crazy and shit. And he's
Was
just
he
like,
doing this as a
kinda
news
goes
show,
off.
or was he like an entertainer at the time? Like, was it?
Man.
Difference.
Man.
I don't know whether
Walked right into it.
I just don't know whether he transitioned. I don't know.
You don't know if he transitioned?
I don't
don't
know,
know if he
man. More investigation needed. I disavow.
More investigation needed. I disavow. There you go. There you go. Disavow. Oh, yeah, if he did do that on the Y2K, then definitely disavow. There were a lot of people who were legitimately freaking out and trying to figure out what was going on that night. And he could have sent some hysterical shit into happening.
That's pretty fucked. And if he contributed to
Yeah.
the mass panic that occurred, you know, that's a pretty fucking scummy thing to do. So fuck you,
Yeah.
Alex Jones, for that.
Yeah, that's not okay. But
Not cute.
that's not cute. Yeah, you can't be doing that shit. Definitely agree there. But yeah, I wanna listen to those shows. It'd be badass. But anyway, tonight when I go and do the pro style thing, we're gonna do something different. This is my idea more than anybody else's. I'm gonna try it tonight just because of where everybody's at, and maybe it'll be easier. Just gonna let everybody over here go to the Pro South stream. for tonight. Like there won't be a commentary. I know that wrestlers aren't gonna like some of this because I know that a lot of the wrestlers really like to watch this one, and you know, they all come over around here for the commentary thing. But just tonight, let's try out going over there.
Oh, we're not doing commentary tonight?
Yeah,
He just got fired.
Just tonight. You didn't get fired. You didn't get fired, pal.
Alex wasn't even here last week, though. I mean, it can't be his fault. You fired
it
him.
can't be Alex's fault.
He was a good boy.
That's because it's just for tonight.
Well, I was the one running the show last week, so if anything, it's
Yeah,
It's
let's
funny.
go
I was going to
Akujin.
make sure to be here since I was actually there.
I'm
last
the only
night.
new element to the show, so blame me.
Oh, see,
Oh.
yeah, see, this Alex was like, this was going to be my big one. This was the big one. This was my return.
Because I
show.
considered
Never consider this the big show. Let me just tell you, because that was my thought process last week. Was like, all right, I got to prove like nobody's usually here.
Here goes
I
the
got to prove I
fights.
could do something.
Well, see, I considered watching
what I did.
SmackDown tonight because Bray just won the title, but I was like, no, I just did that thing last week. I should be here for this, but this is it's all good. It works
Oh
for me.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Should we do the fucking thing? Like, if Akujin wants to be around, if you want to be around, then yeah, you can do it. But I was gonna be like, okay, you guys get the night off, and everybody just go to the Pro South.
I am perfectly fine with getting the night off. That is fine with me.
It's fucking. I try to do something nice. Everybody's like, please. Don't be such a horrible slave driver of a person, Tonka. Also, please be a slave driver.
I'll take the night off. We can do that.
Because I make everybody do everything, and I ask them nothing, and I despise them all.
I think this is Amy Havens doing. She canceled us.
Akujin, do you want the night off?
Tonka and I discussed this before the show. He knows.
Doesn't answer my question though.
If he wants it done, it'll be done. Pretty. I'm gonna have to head off pretty. I got a thing.
Yeah, I just got to do a thing anyway.
I gotta do
I forgot.
a thing right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I'm gonna be feeling later.
Okay.
But I'm not opposed to it at all.
It was not on Akujin. It was not Akujin's idea. Don't hate Akujin for this. It was not Akujin's idea. It was my idea.
Yeah, it was. Tucker and I were talking about it before the show, and he's like, "Oh, maybe we just do this." And I'm like, "No, well, I got no fucking problems, man. Like, fucking, I'll run the show. It's not a deal."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope I didn't sound like I was trying to put it on you. I was just asking, do you want to take the night off?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I was asking.
This fucking guy.
I was pretty bluntly trying to push the dime because why not?
The only thing I
Then it's not
know
on me.
right now is I want to take the next 2 hours off. That's it.
Slacker through dudes and Alex needs to stay. He was late.
I was late. I was very late. By like 3 hours.
Alex has become a fucking superstar since he won the belt. His head's got too big. He never shows up on time. It's fine. Not a big deal. So?
Wait, is this are we getting fired or rebranded? Because you don't want to push this politics thing. Let's turn in later, find out. Who knows?
That'll work. I don't know if anybody else is doing any stream things later, but Pro South's at like 8:30, 7:30 Central. So there's that. It might be over at the TP thing, but it'll definitely be over at fucking Pro South. I don't know what they're gonna end up doing. It's a maybe, maybe not scenario. So just go to Pro South. Anyway, is Akujin dead yet? Did he kill it yet? Did he say bye?
I'm here.
Did he jump off the roof? What is he doing?
I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Kill it. Do it.
Oh, I wonder if there's gonna be somebody doing commentary that was there last week. Pro South. Oh.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
like
Jacob's doing a stream on Twitch in between Pro South and this show. He's just gonna fucking stream that game. So go play in his chat. You can actually play a game. It's cool. It's weird. I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
What about that? There is that. Go ahead. End it. Destroy this. Fucking make it explode.
Okay, maybe we'll have a thing later at TP. Not too sure yet, but you'll definitely have the Pro South thing, and if you're in the Discord, you will absolutely get a Discord notification of the update. Thank you for coming today. See you guys on Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Don't hold back, cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I make it harder. Don't hold back, if you think about it, so many people do. Be cool, man, look smarter. Don't hold back, and you shouldn't even care about those noses in the air and the crooked stairs. Don't hold back, cause there's a party over here, so you might as well be here with the people kids. Don't hold back, world, don't hold back. You're holding back, the time has come to. You're holding back, the time has come to. You're holding back, the time has come to. Time has come to. Time has come. Time has come. Time has come. Time has come. Time has come to galvanize. Don't hold back. If you think about it too much, you may stumble, trip up, fall on your face. Don't hold back. We think it's time you get up. Crunch time, like to sit up. Come on, keep pace. Don't hold back. Put apprehension on the back burner, let it sit. Don't even get it lit. Don't hold back. Get involved with the jam, don't be a prick. Hot chick, be a pig. Don't hold back. World, you're holding back. The time has come to. Don't hold back. World, the time has come to. Don't hold back. World, the time has come to.
Push the button,
My finger is on the button.
push the button,
My finger is on the button.
push the button,
My finger is on the button.
push the button,
My finger is on the button. The time has come to galvanize.